What's up? Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to twitch.tv/1030. My name's 1030, you're Twitch. We're only doing a bloody stream, ain't we? Hiya, how you doing? Hiya, how you doing? Welcome in everybody. Is everybody doing okay? Can you hear music? Well, that wasn't a very impressive bubble blast, was it? I think you're due a second bubble blast. Whoever that was. It was McBain. McBain, this second bubble blast is for you. Goodness me, thank you very much for that. Something really weird's happening where this monitor is switching off every time I'm getting a bubble blast. And I've not set that up. I wonder if there's like some EMF sort of radiation or something like that. No music? You're not hearing any music? See, you heard music last time. Right, hold on. Aye. Right, this might be a wee bit loud. In 3, 2, 1, it might be just a wee bit abruptly loud. 3, 2, 1, blah. No, it wasn't that loud. Aye, there's some background music. Cool, you should have been hearing that all along. I tell you what, everybody. I'm still no out of the woods when it comes to the slight cold that I've had for like the past couple of weeks. I still feel really ill. So, I don't have a sore throat anymore, which is good. Still blowing my nose quite a bit. But today, what I'm mostly experiencing is like pure cold sweats sort of stuff. I'm just like like all the time. So that's good, isn't it? That's what's happening to me. But it's a good thing. That's progress, isn't it? Could I say thank you very much? Before I say thank you very much to a couple of people, I would like to encourage you to share any good news. If you've got any good news, big or small, please put it in the chat. My good news is I'm feeling a wee bit better with my cold. And my other good news is B2 Tech subbed yesterday. Read the wrong alert there. Upstairs Down, thank you very much for cheering 100 bits. McBain, thank you very much for the sub. And Espadrille, thank you very much for the sub. Was there more bubble blasts than that? Was there only 3 bubble blasts? Do I owe anybody a thank you? I don't know if I do. Guess what, everybody? Guess what video game I'm downloading right now? Here's a little clue. Would you like to see a little clue of what video game I might be playing today? What? Oh, sorry, it sounded like Spectrum loading. Thing about jumping into Rust, I have applied for access in a wee Rust server that's kicking about. And I maybe want to play a wee bit of Rust. Cudder's on the server, B. Dolan's on the server, Ad's on the server. All sorts of wonderful people are on the server. Your Balmer, your Cater Cakes. Rust back, man. We might not jump in today. I'm going to download it right now. I would like to jump in today. I'd like to just sit and grind in Rust, is what I would really like to do. However, I don't know if I'll have access to the server. And also, I thought I had the game installed. Turns out I have completely uninstalled the game. And that was probably due to some previous heartbreak that happened the last time I played it. Cool, I'm just looking at my security cameras, making sure my wee doggies are okay, because they were being cheeky boys just before I started the stream. So aye, they're fine. They're doing all good. Fred was like stealing stuff and that and just being a wee shite. But the dogs are doing good. Everything's doing good, and everything's brilliant. What was Mootsy's clip? Hello Carivore, hello McBain, hello Funkyman316, hello Deal Fantos of Sweden. John the Human, welcome in. Base and Brace, welcome in. Steph Make Stuff, hello, how you doing? Spoggers, Chameleon, what's happening? 87-year-old Duke, Bromo, Chameleon again. Chameleon says, trying to book a practical driving test is basically impossible at the moment. Even looking at October, November, there is nothing. I know there are these private services that will snap up cancellations, but that feels like telling the touts what gigs you want to go to see if they can get you tickets. Well, Chameleon, what I've heard is the private services are the people that are taking up the slots. So what I've heard is there's a problem in the UK just now with driving tests. I just read it on the internet, so it might be a lot of shite, where bots will automatically take any driving test slot that's available in an area. Like, as soon as it's available, a bot will take it. And then because of scarcity and available driving tests, people like yourself are very keen to just make it happen. So the people who run the bots will then hold those driving test slots at ransom and will tout them out, basically. And apparently it's been going on for a good couple of months. Anybody experienced booking a driving test recently? Did you have to, like, bribe? Because it is basically, well, it's no bribery, I suppose. If it was the same people, it would be bribery. But it's just like, it's a bit messed up, innit? It's a bit messed up. Amazon tracking actually works. I'll believe it when I see it. Sproggers, my Amazon tracking's actually really good. Hello Cherry Burns, welcome in. Hello Skywatcher. 2 days running, we are so back. We're back, Base and Brace. This is it, man. Easy sailing for here on. It's only a £5 a month. I have £5 a month to pay the people causing the problem in the first place. All right, you're absolutely up to speed with the thing. You know more about it than I do then. Carivore, the background colour isn't changing, but it could change. Here, check out maybe like fucking that colour and fucking that colour. Eh? That's something, isn't it? That's something. Did that actually change there? Aye. I think I prefer it like this. What if we just put the ceiling one off entirely? Oh, here, this looks kind of menacing. Why is there light up here? Why is this bit illuminated? Is that coming for this light over here? Oh, wait a wee second. It is! That's coming for this light here. So what I need to do is get a better mount for this light so that it only illuminates my face, but it doesn't illuminate the background. You see that in the background? And maybe illuminates a wee bit of these tellies as well. The problem with this light, though, I'll show you what the problem is. I broke it. So I don't know if you can see here. You won't be able to because I turned the bloody light off that was illuminating things. But these were very, very cheap. Got them when I started streaming way back when. And the plastic up here just totally broke. So I'm going to try and get a lot of epoxy and mount some sort of thing onto it so that I can better aim stuff. So I'll stick that on my to-do list. Right, here we go. I've got it for the time being just sort of clipped into this. Anyway, might want to try an in-date COVID test. I know, mate. I know. I don't know where they are, though. Carivore says, I can't tell if it's a cold or a hay fever for the past few weeks. I've definitely got the cold. Cherry Burns says, good news, finally taking the plunge and have a new graphics card and PSU coming for my computer, ready to arrive tomorrow. Can't wait to leave my integrated graphics card behind and start using the high option on game quality options menus. Amazing, Cherry Burns. That'll be absolute luxury. Using integrated graphics, cringe. That's brilliant. I read a thread recently where somebody just realised that all this time on their computer they had the monitor plugged in to the motherboard rather than their graphics card. I think they had a decent graphics card, like a 3080 or something, and just didn't plug in the HDMI or DisplayPort, whatever it is, to the 3080, but instead plugged it into their motherboard and have been using integrated graphics for the past like couple of years. Didn't even know. What a waste of like, well, how much is a 3080 nowadays? I remember they used to be about $2,500 during COVID times. How much can you get a 3080 for now? What, like £100 or something probably? I'm still stung off the fact that I paid a wee bit of money for mine ages ago when they were scarce. However, I needed it at the time to make money, so it is what it is. Aye, so I've already spoke to Rachel about Rust coming back. And she's like, are you going in? I'm like, aye. And here is an indicator, because my mental health hasn't been fantastic for the past month or so. Here's an indicator as to how bad my mental health is. I mentioned that Rust's maybe coming back, and Rachel was actually compassionate about the idea. She was sympathetic and receptive. She's like, oh, maybe be good for you. And that worried me. See if my mental health's been bad enough that she's not giving me a row for considering going back into Rust. I'm worried. I'm a wee bit worried. But it's alright. Spoke to her, got permission, got a note for Rachel saying that I'm allowed. So I have applied for access last night. And I think Kate applied just before me, just after me, and then I think got in almost immediately. So I'm going to keep my wee eyes on the setup, because I don't have login details around. So if I don't have login details, means that it's probably not been processed yet. But there's no rush. But it'd be quite cool to just kick about and like smash barrels and all of that. And guess who else might be coming in? Only bloody Zaffer Cakes. Only actual Zaffer Cakes out of Twitch. So what's that? Cater Cakes. Hold on, get an email for HMRC. Oh no, it's fine. Okay. So it's like Twitch for about 4 or 5 years ago, isn't it? Might by the Sea says Bubble Blast. Hold on, we'll put this light isn't quite right. And this is doing my head in over here. Let's try and rotate that, because it just simply doesn't look very good. Now you can still see see this column here? Don't like it. Let's see if we can replace that. Let's turn the ceiling light back on. The big light doesn't do much. Big light doesn't do anything, so we'll leave that off. Okie dokie. Let's stick a lamp onto... Oh, I'll do that later. Jebaru, how do you do? Thank you very much. Happy 2 years, 1024. Thank you very, very much. Jebaru, you're a legend. I hope you're doing well. Thanks very much for the 2 year. Summer of Rust's back, mate. Chameleon says, minor good news. I finally bought some storage for my alcohol makers. Alcohol makers? Downside, it turns out I have 100+ professional alcohol markers, and I'm not a paid artist. Up until that final word, I thought it was something to do with booze you were talking about. So you're talking about actual pens. So it wouldn't be Posca pens. I think they're not solvent based. Do you want to see my Posca pen collection? Actually, I was looking behind me. Are they down here? Not entirely sure what my Posca pen collection is, but I've got one kicking about. They're no alcohol. How good's a good pen collection? Markers and stuff. So I bought mine ages ago with the intent of making stuff. Guys, I feel fucked, man. I feel absolutely fucked. My temperature's fluctuating. I feel absolutely done. So I'm going to try and keep my shit together. Get a wee cup of tea here. That'll keep me going. But I'm feeling just like ill. I won't complain about it too much. Chameleon, that's cool. There's only one thing I like more than stationery, and that is good storage systems. So see if you've got a good storage system for your nice stationery. Oh, living the dream. Anyway, Matty by the Tree says, good news, got an autism diagnosis and it was on the NHS. It was a few weeks ago now, but received the report this morning. Congratulations, Matty by the Tree, and welcome, one of us. All the very best with navigating everything. And congratulations on being able to navigate like this far to the NHS and get it all done and stuff. That's amazing. Hello Ray, welcome in. How you doing? Hello Funkle Albert, how you doing? Welcome in. Funkle Albert yesterday, right, sent me a message off stream. Will I read it out? Because Funkle Albert was up here recently, as in a few months ago, to celebrate the birthday of Cade. And Funko and other people were in this room a wee while ago. So on stream yesterday, I mentioned that I'd moved the shelves behind me, just over here. You can't see them, but they're behind here. It just makes the frame look a wee bit neater and gives the illusion that I know what I'm doing. Funko says, hello pal, great to see you on stream, blah, 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 blah. I just wanted to say that when I came to visit, I set up a bit and left a surprise in one of your teapots that I was going to somehow turn into a magic trick one day. So if you found a smint tin with a single smint in it, that's why. Help yourself. Can't say I'm not generous. And I was like, what? So there's been some shenanigans going on. I'll try not to show my cock here. I'm going to stand up. I mean, I'm wearing trousers. There's been some shenanigans going on. And when Funkle Albert was here, he secretly plonked a smint tin inside my teapot with a single smint inside. Absolute mad lad. Absolute mad lad. So I really like the fact that the bit didn't ever come to fruition. Like, the groundwork was made, but then it's just like, all right, what can you do with that? What can you do with, like, knowing where a concealed smint tin is? Like, do you wait until we're in a video chat and have a concealed smint tin on your end and, like, make it disappear? Be like, look in the teapot, but do you know what I mean? Mental. So I'm just going to leave it in there because I don't know what else to do. In the process of doing that, I've just found my Posca pens, but I won't show you them because everybody knows what pens look like. Oh my god, I think I've got like an actual fever. I don't think I've got a thermometer, but that might be excellent content to try and see me measure my I mean, is it hot outside today? What's the weather like today? I was out briefly. It's not that hot. But I'm feeling like... Cool, just not showing me anything. Not showing me any detail on the weather app. Nice one. Open the weather app. It's just like that. Aye, 20 degrees? 20 degrees isn't that hot. I mean, it is, but it's not like pure... I feel like I'm in Spain or something. The clip is just you admitting to murder. The app has a new tab below the stream showing the top 3 clips of a period of time. Oh, really? I was watching a couple of people earlier. I was watching Balmer, a couple of other folk, and I had a bit of a problem with ads. So it was playing the Twitch ads. It was Robbie Williams and a cat trying to sell cat food. And then when the ad finished, it was just a black screen. And I was waiting on the streamer coming on. And it didn't happen, so I pressed play. And the ad played again. So I sat through the ad, got to the end of the ad, black screen. I'm like, clicked play again. So I hope Balmer made a good 80 pence or whatever it was for me watching the same thing. But it looks as if Twitch was glitched this morning. So let me know if anybody's got any bother actually getting through all that crap to see this stream. Although I suppose the people who can't see the stream wouldn't be here to hear me asking if you found it easy to get. So never mind. That's how Ticketmaster works in the US. It's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely mad. You think something like a driving test, because that's like DVLA, that's government non-profit thing. You think there should be some sort of like preventative system. Surely that can't last too long. Or they do it to make people move to other driving schools that seem available. Nah, I think it's sort of touting, Martin, but I'm not too sure. Kate says I had to book outside my city. I've been trying to switch, so I tried an app named Testy. Testy means testicle, which is 11 quid. And as soon as one becomes free, it's immediately taken. There's some shenanigans afoot here, isn't there? There's absolute shenanigans afoot. Do you know what I think we need? I think we need a BBC investigative documentary, like a panorama or something, to expose the fraud and scandal that lie in the UK driving licence. What would you call it? Test slot conspiracy. Because there's something foul afoot here. And I hope all of this is fixed by the time I want to do my driving test, because I've got aspirations to drive a car one day, man. Hello, Lucy Kelly. Hello, Luna. Welcome in. How you doing? Kate says, my IP has been blocked by the DVLA2 because I was trying to switch and kept refreshing. Use a VPN. Get into VPNs. You can refresh all day if you fancy. Also, hello. How you doing, Kate? Hello, Adad. Thank you very much for your Prime sub. Adad. Somebody was in yesterday and was just like, 10:30, do you know about Adad? Because I'm missing his streams. Can't remember who it was. One of your many, many fans. And I was just like, he's in jail, man. He got arrested. So I filled them all in, and I didn't go into detail about like, because that's somebody's family. Do you know what I mean? But filled them in and said that you'll hopefully be out in a couple of days. So I'm looking forward to you returning to streaming, and I see that you're in Rust as well. And guess what I'm doing right now? Guess what game is 67% complete downloaded on my computer? Oh, it's only Rust. What? 68 now. So I'm looking forward to jumping straight in. That'll be quite exciting. So I'll maybe see you. Thank you very much for your Prime sub. Funk Albert says, regarding cool lights, could the colour change to the username colour of the last person who chatted? Aye, I could make that happen. Maybe not the last person who chatted, because there would just be too much traffic. It would just be going all the time, right? What I need is so right now, like I can open Terminal. So see the lights in the background? These aren't bot lights that do changey colour stuff for stream things, right? These lights I've sort of made myself. Hello, Yudi on YouTube. Hello, how you doing? So I will show you what I could potentially do. So if I go to content here, so look at this. Hold on, let's just close that. So this is my PowerShell, right? And if I change directory to desktop v5, right? And then so basically all I need to do, maybe like was an so I'll do this HSV. So basically all I need to do to change the lamp color to a custom color, right, is on the command line write something like Python to tell it this is Python. Lightcontrol.py, which is a script that I got ChatGPT to write over the course of about a week. Lamp, which is this lamp right here. Right? And then HSV, and that's telling the Python script that I wrote that I'm going to give it a hue, saturation, value, color. So colors can be represented in numbers a few different ways. One of the ways is an RGB value. Another way is an HSV value. I work with design applications and stuff, so I prefer using HSV as opposed to RGB. So I programmed this to accept HSV, right? However, I think Twitch will give you the username color in RGB. So if I could build a tool that will convert RGB, or get a Python script, or somehow do that in StreamerBot to convert RGB to HSV, I can then, in StreamerBot, every time a user subs or does whatever, I think I can fetch their username color. And then once I've fetched their username color, I will save that as an argument. I will then run an action within StreamerBot that sets an HSV value for a light. In this case, it's lamp, right? So if I type something in just now, so this lamp is kind of pinky, right? But imagine I want it red because my t-shirt's red, right? So an HSV value for red, I know that red is like 0 in the hue. So the hue is the color, goes from 0 to 255, I think. So red 0. And then the saturation, I think, goes to 128 and 128. Might be wrong. I think it's maybe 100. Aye, so I'll try it again with just 100. Hey, there we go. So it's just returning. It's telling me, you can't see it there. It's telling me, yep, did it good. Look at that. And then boom shakalaka, turns out the light's red. So if I do a different one without showing you it, if I do hue saturation value like 100 for the hue, boop, it should change color. So because I've saved this and I've got it set up as like a Python script, within StreamerBot, I can run Python scripts with custom arguments. Oh, Rust's downloaded. Wonderful. So that's awfully good, isn't it? The fact that I've done all of that. So let me have a wee look, but that would be an exciting thing. So every time there is like a stream event, maybe this lamp here turns into the username color of the previous person. Is Terrier Darts in, or any StreamerBot boffins? Do you know offhand if we can get the RGB value of a user color? Because that would be really good. Funkalabra, that's a great idea. Before I forget it, I feel awful. Before I forget it, I'm going to type in StreamerBot username color. And I will just leave that tab open and I will have a wee look at it when I'm off stream. But that's quite good, isn't it? All the best, Carnival, with your appointment. I'll see you in a wee bit. Right, there we go. I got an RTC 3060 for just under 200 quid. That's good going, mate. That's good going, Sherry. Login details are on the Discord server to the Rust we joined. Oh, so we might be able to just jump straight in. That's amazing. Did Roland Sausage manage to explain the we grew up closer to cavemen theory? No, I wasn't having it. I felt a wee bit bad. I was just like, what? No, after the stream yesterday, Rachel was like, is it okay that I just came on your stream? And I was like, aye, everybody loves you. She's like, I don't know, I don't want to be like a pure Yoko Ono figure. And I was like, no, that's really not the case. She's like, let me know. Let me know if, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, aye. Hello, Mootsie, how's it going? Mootsie says it's a red flag when a partner allows an addiction. Well, for me, Rust wasn't an addiction because I could give it up anytime I wanted. No, seriously, it wasn't an addiction as much as just like a recipe for bananas. Just like a toxic circumstance that probably won't end very well. But fuck it, man. Fuck it. Where are we? Bell says, who owns the server? I didn't realise there was one on the go. Well, it's somebody called Spiff, who I don't believe is in this chat too often, but appears to be part of like a wider group that I'm sort of on the periphery of, and just says that I've got an open invite. So I'm quite happy about all of that. Got my daughter those pens, she loves them. Amazing Echo Thump. I need to do something with mine. I got those pens, and I got like plywood canvases ages ago, with the intent to just like make something, and never did. Hello Pursue, how you doing? Welcome in everybody. Can I just say I appreciate you watching me on Twitch. I adore streaming, thanks very much. Martin says, I like buying expensive stuff for the stuff I want to explore as a hobby and end up barely using it. Martin, I've no idea what you're talking about. What I'm doing just now is looking at second-hand cinema cameras on eBay. Like cinema cameras that used to cost about 350 grand, and you can now get for about 3 grand. You can buy the camera that George Lucas used to film like Star Wars Episode 2. This isn't it, but for... Hold on. Aye, sorry, I can't show you this. eBay is trying hard to dox my postcode, so it's maybe best that this is set up like this. But this is a Blackmagic Ursa Broadcast G2, which isn't the one George Lucas used. It's just quite a nice sort of cinema camera. That's three grand. Nail it, but like another 3 grand for lenses and stuff as well. I don't have 3 grand. Never mind another 3 grand. However, that's my thing that I'm doing just now, is looking at cinema cameras that are about 10 or 15 years old. Sucinda, how you doing? Thank you very much for the bubble blast, Sucinda. Welcome in. How's it going? Thanks for the 46 months. What a legend. Amazing. I'm very hot in the head. Jebaru says, I used to have a ridiculous Sharpie collection, but it's only been stolen since working away a lot. I've got maybe about 30 Sharpies upstairs, just in a big container, and got them all dirt cheap. They're all, I think, Chinese or Japanese lettering on them, because I got them, I think, for AliExpress. So they're legitimate Sharpies, but they're just like for an international market. My Sharpies, I like Darth Maul Sharpies, meaning double-sided, double-edged ones. And ages ago, I found a good deal on a load of them, so I just bought a load of them. And I think for at least the next decade of my life, I'll be sorted for Sharpies. Did you nick them, Pursue? Wonderful. I've looked at Copics, but just can't justify that at all. I understand what you're saying. I mean, if you're using them to make money, if you get a big job in, maybe you could do that, but it's like, at the end of the day, how better is it going to be? At the end of the day, all these things are a tool, isn't it? And if you need the tool to do a certain thing, then you get that one, but if you don't, there's a point of diminishing returns in it. Martin, I haven't bought a technical pen, and I can tell as soon as I do, that'll be the start of something. Baboom Bap says, how long does it take for the autism diagnosis? I think when I got mine done, it was about 2 or 3 weeks, but I can't remember. It was years ago. I spotted a bus driver wearing the white version of your two-stripe. That's amazing, Espadrille. Oh, that's wonderful to hear they're still cutting about in circulation. It's absolutely brilliant. Oh, made my day, Espadrille. Thanks for letting me know about that. Jebaru says, Laurie bought me £100 plus pen for Christmas. I was annoyed it wrote in blue and it doesn't leave my desk because I'm scared. That's brutal, man. £100 and you would have preferred the black version. Can you get like ink cartridges for it that will be black, or is that you're just stuck to blue now? Because that's a damn shame, Jebaru. You think for £100 it would be able to change the colour for you? For something like that, I don't know. You would just be reluctant to use it, wouldn't you? Because it's £100. But then I suppose you might spend something £100 and just, I don't know. Depends what something is. £100 for a pen is a bit excessive, but it depends what you're doing with the pen, isn't it? I think so. I think that sounds familiar, Pursue. I think so. I'm well behind in the chat. I'm only at the bit where I revealed the inside of the teapot. Where are the rest of the mints? Well, exactly. There are no other mints concealed around the house, I promise. I think if there were, my dogs would have found them by now. However, I think there's probably xylitol in mints, so I'm glad you didn't conceal. Because xylitol's very toxic for dogs. Hello, Stacey Dooley. Welcome in. How you doing? There's been some updates to Chrome and AdBlock, etc. that wonked up a few things here. I see I'm not really running any extensions. No, I'm not running any extensions. I've got a plugin for Chrome that would batch delete Discord messages, because somebody that I used to chat with on Discord ages ago was very, very paranoid, and after the end of every chat interaction would make me send them screenshots to show that I've deleted the full interaction. Wee bit weird. I should have paid attention to that red flag at the time. So that's the only extension I've got on this computer, but even then that's disabled because I've not had to use it for about 2 or 3 years. 53% humidity nearish to Glasgow, weird pressure effects. I see. I'm feeling a weird existing effect right now. Keezy says, good news, feel much better. Went to a gig last night, South Korean punk band called the Rum Kicks. They were bra. Afterwards on the bus home, a young punk approached me who, after expressing his love for my battle jacket and talking about gigs we've both been to, invited me to a punk gig in an abandoned building this weekend. I feel like I'm being loaded into a van with sweets, but I'll have a swatch. Keezy, that sounds cool as fuck. Be sure to give the address to somebody before you go, just to make sure that if you do disappear, that the police have got something to work with. Cure Puppy doesn't have work today. That's the best news in the world. Beneath Headphones says, good news, my back pains are subsiding just after I've called the chiropractor. Beneath Headphones, I strongly encourage you, you can do whatever you want with your life, right? But if anybody was to ask me what I think about chiropractic, I would strongly encourage you not to do it. Although, is this a joke? Is this comedy? My back pains are subsiding because I phoned the chiropractor and it's now magically working. Is that the joke? But if anybody's concerned about their back pain, just in general, wee PSA, have a wee research into chiropractic practice. Chiropractors believe that they can cure things like dyslexia and stuff by manipulating your spine, which is bogus. They claim to be able to cure autism. Fuck off. And if that wasn't offensive enough, quite a lot of people end up having strokes because chiropractors will crack their neck and manipulate their spine and stuff like that. And a lot of people have died or became, had their life changed dramatically after chiropractic adjustment. So there's no reason to ever visit a chiropractor. Very bad science, potentially fatal at worst. And at best, they can do just the same thing as a physio could do. So for anybody with back pain or whatever, obviously go to your GP because it could be something. But if it is just muscular, skeletal stuff, go to a physiotherapist. And if ever a friend or loved one is talking about chiropractic, is always useful. It's just like homeopathy or whatever. Although homeopathy is not as dangerous as chiropractic. But million people out there to take your cash off you and deceive you. And all of the guys are part of that, unfortunately. So beware, chiropractic people are scumbags, man. Cure Puppy, you've just redeemed Hydrate. I don't have water, but I've got the dregs of tea, if that'll be okay. The cold dregs of tea. Brilliant says, save it to change on a command, for example, ! Green. Aye, we could do that. Right, once I get to the bottom of the chat, I'll set up chat commands so that you can turn this different colours. Will we test that out? Let's test that out. Let me get to the bottom of the chat. Ad, it's good to see you. You're out, AJ. That's brilliant. Hello, Valdrakian. How you doing? Amazing. Two Crooked Fingers says, I just had a lunchtime nap and now I'm here. That's fucking class. Hello, Terrier Darts. How you doing? Terrier Darts, I was thinking about streamer botty stuff. I might do a wee bit of streamer bot stuff in a wee bit. I don't know if you were in when Oh, you were. I'll read that in a wee second. I'm behind in chat, you see. So it's currently 2:22. Killian says, might be quicker to build an RGB support to that script as well, rather than a bunch of conversion stuff. Aye, either or. I don't want you guys to see me working on that script though, because I haven't done anything clever when it comes to like protecting my... There's API credentials I'm using. So I don't want to just sit and play with that script. Also, I'm vibe coding it in ChatGPT, and you would probably cringe if you saw how I'm using it. However, I've been using ChatGPT Codex with GitHub, and it's working pretty well. Anything that I've wanted it to do is I've been able to get there just through persuasion for a couple hours. If getting username colour, it's important to know if the user hasn't changed it from the default, then they won't have one returned. I see. See, TD in chat has got the knowledge. Before I even start, imagine I'm like 4 hours into a username colour problem, and then I discover that if a user hasn't changed their username from the default, then it's just not going to work. Imagine I'd spent loads of time trying to get that to work only to discover that, where a TD in chat immediately has just saved hours of my life. So I assume when a Twitch account is created, they are assigned a random username. Is that right? It's not as if everybody's got the same colour at the start. So I don't think there's any way for me to reliably reference people's usernames. I could do a thing where, like, if they've got a username, turn it that colour. If it returns that it doesn't know the username, then pick a random colour. But that would mean that that idea only works sometimes. So who knows? Maybe we'll shelf it until Twitch updates their API to be able to retrieve the colour. Hello, WeChip, how's it going? No, the backdrop is not over the bookcase. The bookcase is over here. The backdrop's just a bit of wall. It's kind of cool. Wonder if I can show you the ceiling. Do that shit. Just goes all the way to the floor. It's just a blank wall, but I've put lights on it. So without any of my lights on, this is what it looks like. I don't get my hair light all good. And then we could just basically do that, and then all these will come back on. Oh, and this as well. Any minute now. Hey, there we are. Maybe this one too, thanks. There we go. Have you got any Lemsip you can take? I think I do, actually. I feel okay. I don't have a headache or sore throat or anything. I feel just like slightly affected in this sort of region, but not painfully or whatever. But I do feel a bit like hot and cold and temperature wise sort of stuff. Sort of that. But I'll be alright. I need to know more about the caveman in modern day childhood or whatever it was. Well, I'll tell you what, Martin, when Rachel comes home, if I'm still streaming when she comes in, I'll sit her down and I'll get her to describe the caveman theory. I wasn't having any of it when she started last night. Cure Puppy, Yoko Ono is cool. I didn't mean to target Yoko Ono. Is Yoko Ono cool? I don't know. I mean, the Beatles aren't necessarily cool. I don't know, Ben. Recipe for bananas. Take 2 bananas, done. That's good. I like that, what you did there. Hello, Horrible David. Historically, things always go well after someone says, fuck it. Aye. What's the worst that could happen? See, also, watch this. Aye. Here, check this out. Horrible David, you into Rust? We'll go into Rust. Martin Hyder says, watching YouTube and Twitch on a £7 to 800 Wacom, I've made maybe 3 or 4 drawings with in 3 years. Oh, well, there you go. Whatever's functional into it, at least you're getting some use out of it. I bought a Wacom tablet in like 2007. And that's dust that's on it. Don't know if you can see the layer of dust. I just recently found it. I think I've used it maybe 3 times. And it was a high-end one as well. That was a dear one. I think that cost me about 200 quid. I had more money back then than what I do now, though. So it's all right. Aye, Channel 13, I was looking at lots of Blackmagic cameras. I don't have any cash to buy a cinema camera. Also, I don't need a cinema camera. But I've been looking at cheap cinema cameras recently. Bowdy says, good news, I ended up reframing my bird feeder stream and it looks great now. That's fucking class, man. Beneath Headphone says, I bought a metal detector ages ago. It's just sitting there waiting. That's some cool stuff, man. I've always wanted a shot of a metal detector. Hello, Sacinda. Just finished some work training 2 hours early to take the dog a wee walk in the sunshine. That sounds class. All the very best to your wee dog. Please give your dog a scratch from me. Rotring Tiki Graphic is a great liner pen. Oh, there you go. Keezy says, I recently found out my old Pantone triple nib markers from college 30 years ago. I used them for one project, shelved them, and they still work. That's class. Pantone as well. That's high-end gear. That is absolute high-end gear. Hello, GDad4211. How you doing? T-shirt's a belter. It's good, isn't it? It's good. Don't know if there's a cock on the label for this one. I don't think there is. Nah. Blanked labels. I'm going to try and print more of these and sell them to you because I'd like to make money. So I'll maybe do that at some point. Chameleon says, I'm using markers to do artwork for a side project that might never come out. Try to make the process the point. Cool. Learning how to render certain art styles and the basics of music recording. If I learn that the project is a success, even if no one ever plays it, that sounds dynamite. I mean, I got these markers here. Here's my idea that I wanted to do with my markers. If I... hold on. There's a spectrum on top of my markers. These are mine here. And I've got a collection of from Chunkies, like these big chunky boys. To like wee thin lads. Everything else in between. Oh, I don't think... Oh no, the lid wasn't on that one properly, but I don't think it'll matter. Because I can still hear it slushing inside. There we go. Posca pens. Posca pens. So what I wanted to do with these is just try something out. I want to, you know, I've got the 3D printer upstairs, the big one, and it 3D prints by like moving the nozzle like that. Well, instead of the nozzle having like molten plastic being extruded through it, imagine it just had like a big pen, oops, stuck in it. That would be cool, like a pen with a tip as thick as that. And instead of just a bare print bed, I could have like quite a nice thick bit of paper to essentially use a 3D printer like a plotter and just have like 2D vector artwork and use actual pens on some nice thick bit of paper. And then switch the pen out. So we've got like that one. We could do a nice wee 2-colour abstract line print. So at some point we'll get around to that. Oh man. I might need to go back to my bed. Jesus Christ. I found the cement ad, I did. Dearie me. Bowdy says, that satisfaction you feel when you realise that pen thicknesses are linked to paper size. So you can write on A4 with a 0.3 line, photographically enlarge it to A3, and the line will now be 0.5. Holy shit, man. Freddie! I absolutely didn't know that at all. I'm checking my security cameras because there is a van outside. Clancy? What company is Clancy? There's 2 Clancy vans outside my house. Clancy Company. The Clancy Group. Who are yous? Fred doesn't like yous, whoever yous are. What we do? Well, what are you doing outside my house right now? With over 60 years' experience and a workforce of over 2,200, we have worked hard to develop a reputation as a well-run business that you can trust to deliver value for... What is it you do, though? What we do? We're a business. I'm on the website, I'm like, right, what do these people do? What do yous do? Need to learn that quickly, right? Here is an exercise in communication, right? I do design. Design is communication, that's what it is. So here's a wee exercise in communication. You land on the website. All right, well, what is it? Let's look at the name of the company, see if we can discern it for there. The name of the company, Clancy. What do you think when you hear Clancy? Chief Wiggum. It's the only thing. Clancy. It's the only thing I think of when I hear about Chief Wiggum, right? So what else is there? What other visual clues is there about the company? Well, up here, we've got like a logo, which looks like a third-party controller logo for a PS1 or like a Datel Action Replay peripheral. That looks like the logo for a company that makes peripherals for video game consoles circa 2001-ish, actually, probably. So, logo and name of the company don't offer any indication as to what the company does. Let's continue. Looking at this, delivering smarter, greener infrastructure. Infrastructure. So, like, what do you mean? Like, right, so we're broadly understand. What do you mean? What exactly, like, for business? Because infrastructure for, like pipes? What is... So let's keep reading, right? Let's keep reading. Imagine you wanted to know what these people did. You've failed at the first couple of things, first couple of clues. Let's scroll down, right? And what have they got on their website? They've got, this is exactly what we're looking for, what we do. Yes! Finally, all I had to do is scroll down to get to the what we do. So I'm sure if I start to read this, it will very obviously just tell me the information that I need to know. Who are these people? Probably in the first sentence. Let's read the first sentence. With over 60 years experience, right, I don't care how much experience you've got, I'm here to find out what we do. Okay, with over 60 years experience, don't care. Don't tell me any information except for what you do. And a workforce of over don't care about your experience, don't care about the workforce. What do you do? We have worked hard, don't care how hard, to develop a reputation. But I'm reading this sentence to, like, what do we do? What is it you do? Don't care if you work hard or you've developed a reputation or you've got a workforce or you've got 60 years experience. Stop giving me incidental. I'm sensing you are doing something that you are trying to hide here because you only just directly tell me what. Let's keep reading. We have worked hard to develop a reputation as a well-run business. So instead of just telling me what you do, you're telling me that you've worked hard to get good PR. Good PR about doing what, though? Stop hitting me with all these facts. You're just bamboozling me with all these facts that you can trust to deliver. All right, the next thing will tell us, right, so they've developed a reputation for a business that we can trust to deliver, right, what is it? To deliver value for money and essential services. Stop being so fucking vague. What is it you do? that help keep the UK running a sustainable way into the future. What woolly pish, man. All right, here it is. Utility, civil engineering, traffic management, plant. Cool. All right, that's what it is. That's all the stuff that I just needed to know. There we go. I understand now. Cool. I've got no beef with you. Utility, civil engineering, traffic management, and plant. But there is a wee exercise on how design can help aid communication. And it looks like Clancy could be doing with a wee bit of design. Maybe I could do a homer for them if they could just give me a wee bit of infrastructure in return. I'm sure that would be a compromise that they'd be happy to make, considering they've developed a reputation for, so forth. Sorry that I just took a wee aside there, but that did my head in. I'm a designer, and that sort of stuff causes me physical pain. I didn't know that, Bowdy, about all the point size of a pen is to do with enlargements and stuff. It's interesting. Wow. Beneath Headphones says, a wee quick test to see how far behind you're in chat. It's 14:18 now. I am 20 minutes behind in chat. That's a ridiculous time. Ad says, did you find the jobby I left? Not yet, mate. Not yet. Not yet. Thanks for using Jobby as well. Hello, Mary Biscuits. How you doing? I'm 20 minutes late, mate. In the chat. Melizella says, good news. I went to see Barcelona to see the Powerpuff Girls lineup at Primavera Sound last weekend. Powerpuff Girls lineup? Powerpuff Girls doing music? Primavera? I don't know what's happening. Powerpuff Girls a cartoon in it. Primavera is a music festival. Here is me trying to understand culture, right? So I'm trying to find an answer for this. I've landed on a webpage. The Powerpuff Girls are incompatible with Primavera, at least in the way it's conceived now. Let me explain. I don't want to... What is going on? Powerpuff Girls, Primavera. That's the Powerpuff Girls, isn't it? Although, are these artists who are... Tell you who these people are. I'll tell you exactly who these three are. Okay, one in the middle. That there. She's called... Couldn't tell you. I don't think it's Dua Lipa, but Dua Lipa is one, but I don't think that's her. Chappelle Rowan, far right. Chappelle Rowan, I think. Sabrina Carpenter. Yes! But I don't... So, are these... Hold on, there's a BBC logo here. So are these three people affectionately known as the Powerpuff Girls then, because they're women and there's three of them? Are they doing stuff together? Are they making music together? I don't know anything about culture. Is this where the terminology was coined? I don't know anything about anything. All the best to them, that's what I say. All the very best to them, that's what I say. As a doctor once told a family member, no one has died from back pain, people have died from chiropractors. I don't ever go to a chiropractor, everybody. They're absolute liar scumbags. Terrible, terrible people. Hello, Domella, how you doing? Captain Toss says, I went to a chiropractor because I was getting regular migraines. She reckoned she'd absolutely sussed it. First session was okay, but second and third gave me migraines. Went to the GP, turned out my blood pressure was through the roof. Chiropractors are just scumbags. If you've got back pain, it can be a sign of lots of different things, a collapsed lung, kidney issues, etc., right? Or it could just be wind. It could be something fine. If you've got back pain, you're best going to somebody who's actually schooled in evidence-based medicine, as opposed to like a belief system, which is what chiropractic is. Never trust a chiropractor with your body. Homeopathy could be dangerous. You could drown. That's good gear. This is the first I've heard of chiropractics in a negative light. Really? I regularly on this stream, maybe 3 or 4 times a year, will just complain about chiropractors. If you go into What's the Harm, there's a website called What's the Harm. Big list of chiropractic stuff on there. Or just Google chiropractic skeptic. Every evidence-based study, medical journal, anything like that has proven that chiropractic treatment is no more effective than a placebo. And placebos can be effective. However, in circumstances where a medical professional is issuing a placebo, it's important that they are a medical professional. You know what I mean? Chiropractics are just grifters, man. Absolute fraud. Don't go to chiropractics, thanks. Or well, do what you want with your life, but I don't care. There's videos of like chiropractics adjusting babies' necks and stuff, like really violently, and knowing the damage that can cause. There's videos online of chiropractic practitioners adjusting the necks of dogs, tiny wee animals and stuff. No evidence that it works. Lots of evidence that you can permanently injure or even fatally injure the patient just by doing that shit. There's no good way of doing it. And if you do it right, there's no efficacy. Like, there's no evidence that it's done anything. Chiropractic scumbags, pass it on, thanks. I'm well behind in chat, Mary Biscuits, aye. Well behind in chat. Also saw a massage therapist, but he was very open about probably not being able to help and told me to go get a GP. Cool. I mean, there are some things, right, where... Okay, I'm already 20 minutes behind in chat. Everybody doesn't want to hear a lecture about chiropractic stuff. So random colour at start. Cool, man. Hello, Gibbs. How's it going? That's good to know, TD. Thanks very much for sharing your knowledge. I can slide in the DMs with some stuff. Cool. Well, what I might do today... There's 3 things I was going to do today. Play Rust. Do a thing with the stream background that might be kind of cool. Not involving StreamerBot or anything. And the third thing would be maybe create an action that would allow you in chat to type !red, for example. Doesn't work just now, don't try it. And that would turn the colour that you've set. And I think I could set that up. But I'll probably just be playing Rust. Carnivore says Yoko Ono is not cool. Had to come out of luck for that. Back to walking about. Thanks for unlocking your phone there, Carnivore. I don't really know. All I know about Yoko Ono is that she screamed. I don't really know much about Yoko Ono, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm always kind of surprised anytime I'm reminded Yoko Ono is still alive. Beatles weren't that long ago. I would buy an SPT t-shirt. Dynamite, Big Scary Deer. Ono isn't actually her name. It's just what folks said when John Lennon says Yoko was coming. That's a bit of part of their logic. I'd love one of those t-shirts if a reprint ever happens. Amazing. Well, here's the deal. Up in the Loft, so this is a company that I used to own, me and 2 other people, and we liquidated it because we just couldn't be arsed anymore. There were still orders coming through, and the guy doing the packaging for the orders was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's taking up a lot of time. He's like, do you want to package all the orders and take them to the post office every day? And I'm like, no, I certainly don't. He's like, do you want to end the company then? I'm like, yep. So we ended the company, and for the past maybe 5 or 6 years, I've been storing all the t-shirts that didn't get sold towards the end. So there aren't many Strathclyde logos left, but there's other ones that we did. There's maybe a couple of Strathclyde logos in odd sizes. However, mixed in with all the good stock that we've got, there's batches of bad stock. So stuff that I wasn't happy with when it came through. Stuff that was maybe misprinted or stuff that was printed on garments that were a bit too thin. It wasn't quite what we ordered, that I don't want to sell. So what I need to do is go through all the stock, identify all the stuff. I've not looked at this for years, so I think all of the good stuff's there, all the bad stuff's there. But just go in, separate it all, go through everything, create an inventory, itemise it, figure out what sizes and what designs and colours I've got, package them all up and try and punt them to all of you. If anybody wants to buy things off me, that'd be wonderful. Good marker for graffiti, or is it graffito? It's not a great marker for graffiti, the Posca pens, because it's just acrylic based. So it's not like permanent or anything. You can, most things that you draw on with a Posca pen, you can remove it with your fingernail. But it's a good marker for like wood and stuff. So if you're doing things on wood, it's not great on paper. It usually causes the paper to like start pilling. So Posca pens aren't great for paper. But I was going to use them on a canvas that had been prepped with gesso. Oh, amazing. Bantam Tools, ex-MakerBot CEO, I've got big into making plotters from their desktop CNC machines. Amazing. Amazing. Well, I've got my big 3D printer upstairs. The bed for it's 500mm by 500mm, which is about this. And that's about the size of some artwork that could go onto a wall. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if I just found a way of slotting in those markers and we could get it just drawing like mad shapes out of acrylic marker paint? I think that would be really cool, man. So I've no idea where to start with any of that. I would imagine that if I searched on the internet, people before me will have made plotters out of 3D printers. I'd imagine the G codes and stuff's the same. I might need to add like a servo for the pen to lift and drop. So the pen's going to be, here's a COVID thing, which isn't a pen, but the marker is either making contact with the paper or not making contact with the paper. So if I actuate that via a servo, and then if it is making contact with the paper, just the XY of the printer could make it thingy about. I think it could be cool, man. We'll give that a wee shot at some point, right? Hello, Bally. How you doing? Welcome in. Charge double for your 3D printer by selling it also as a 2D plotter. That's cool. Roads and stuff, amazing. Thank you, Mary Biscuits. If only I was looking at the chat when I was stressed out trying to figure out what Clancy's doing. I should have just looked at the chat. Mary Biscuits like roads. The only thing I know about Clancy is soon there will be a big hole in the street outside your house. Shit, let's see exactly how far they are. Please don't use the fact that there might be a hole outside the street in my house to identify where I live. Either like, I'm going to be affected. I'm well going to be affected by that. I'm sure the video background isn't giving anything away. Well, they didn't really. The background was a bit hand wavy, just guys in high vis. Anyone want to bet to see how long this rant will last? I'm right, is the thing. I'm right. Cherrybun says, as a journalist, this is literally about a third of my day every day. Aye. What's the fucking information? But what is the information? Upstairs Down says, you'd hate my organisation's webpage. If it didn't dox you upstairs down, because you might not want people to know what organisation you work in, I would love for you to send it and I could go through and just react. Streamer reacts to organisation webpage. But obviously I respect your privacy, and so you probably don't want to tell people where you work. I don't know. Doug Moment says, I am 100% on board, by the way. I'm with 1030 on this. About all the moaning about just things no communicating. Deary me. Deary me. I'm glad you agree with me trying to figure out, fucking parse what that webpage was. Deary me. Hello, Devon Inc. How you doing? Welcome in. I'm well behind in chat, so sorry for no saying hello before. We provide dynamic logistics solutions, consultancy to multi-organisational delivery projects, and manage intermediary communications between stakeholder parties. What? You on about, man? My God. Presumably not many people go on their website without knowing who they are, I suppose. I don't know. I mean, like, am I leading by example? If we go to 1030.co.uk, I mean, it is quite direct. The site features the projects, products, and ideas of James Houston, also known as 1030. And here I am, here. Hold on, when I'm in this, I need to move myself over here. There we go, because I was off screen earlier. Like, if I go onto my own webpage, like, here's a photo. Like, if you saw me on Twitch or whatever, you're like, oh, I'm in the right place. Is this the guy? Yep, there's my face. So immediately you're like, that's the guy that I saw. This must be his webpage. But if you didn't see me elsewhere, you're like, what is 1030? What is this? Is it a company? Is this a logistics company? Immediately, in a concise sentence, I'm just like, this is the thing. I think I've done it well. My God. And I guarantee you, my website, the budget for my website was like nowhere near the one that we've just looked at. See the amount of money getting shuffled about by people that don't give a fuck, but they're just doing their job. Just people no paying attention and trying to stay productive, but not actually doing anything good. Wastage, man. The world has got too many people. Sorry, I'm moaning. Back in the room. I do believe that it's at the jobby sayer's discretion if it's Jobby or Jobby. You did gamble and you won. I would go with Jobby with a Y personally. I would go with Jobby with a Y. But if you say IE, I think that's valid. I think I'm half an hour behind in the chat. Charlie XCX, is that the Brat person? Charlie XCX, green colour, sort of like a condensed lowercase typeface that says Brat. For about 3 years ago, that was a meme. I think that's Charlie XCX. I don't think I've heard any of their music. Or if I have, I've not known that that's who it was. Imagine not knowing the entire Powerpuff Girls lore. I know the actual Powerpuff Girls, kinda. Fat Dad, how you doing? Bubbles are still on, mate. Bubbles definitely. Bubbles aren't going anywhere. Bubbles are the lifeblood of this stream. Or Bubble Juice is the lifeblood of this stream. Welcome in, Fat Dad. If you're just joining us, I am well behind in the chat. Also, I think there were lots of thank yous that I owe people. I remember being in the middle of a rant. I think it was about that website, and I was so laser focused in writing the world's problems that I have forgot to thank Relax It's Max. Up your schnoz with these bubbles. Hard to fucking miss this schnoz, isn't it? Relax It's Max. Thank you very much for 34 months. My God. And Ry3D, how you doing? Thanks for 41 months. A pleasure to see you. Is that your chroma key and green screen thing in the back? No, it isn't. In the back, we're just talking a blank wall. So this is just the wall of my house. And I put up some lights. I tried, and these are lights that I've had for ages, but I programmed them. I wrote a custom bit of script. Took me a couple of days, ChatGPT, etc. I'll be writing it up at some point. But it's all exciting, isn't it? Is Primavera the cheese that comes in a tube? No, I think Primavera are the sweets that smell like perfume. You know, the wee sweets that you get? Primaveras? I think that's what it is. Did you enjoy watching me try to figure out who the musicians were? I feel old, man. Did Glasgow band Extraordinaire Biz not do the soundtrack for the Powerpuff Girls? That's where my mind went to. Oh, really? I didn't know that, but that's kind of cool. Hello, Dam on YouTube. I'm 20 minutes behind, so sorry if... sorry about that. So the 3 women singers that I've just identified are collectively called the Powerpuff Girls, but do they do music together? Or are they just called the Powerpuff Girls because, like, are they ever featured together in interview? Do they do any collaborative stuff? Or are they just referenced as the Powerpuff Girls because they happen to be three women who are in the same industry? Because that's like a bit weak, isn't it? You know? I don't know. This whole bit of culture isn't anything to do with me. I'm not the target for it, so sorry if I have offended anybody. Any Powerpuff Girl stans. Chapel Rowan, pronounced like a chapel, and Rowan, almost like chaperone. Thank you, Doug Moment. I obviously mispronounced Chapel Rowan's name. Generally going to cancel it. I should have done more research. Thank you very much. No bother at all beneath the headphones. I'm on about chiropractors quite a bit on this stream. And obviously, like, look into it yourself. I don't want to tell other people how to live their life, but for anybody who doesn't know about chiropractors and who'd booked an appointment, I just thought it would be a good thing to be like, by the way, maybe want to look into them a bit more before you give them your money. But I hate chiropractors, man. They can piss off. Can confirm we complained about chiropractors about 9 weeks ago. Yes, and I will do it again in another 9 weeks, unless chiropractors quit their bullshit. Stop it, chiropractors. Stop it. Bad chiropractors. I was recommended an app by my GP practice. I certainly think rest will help it. All right. Do you know what it is, or is it just general back pain? And also feel free to not answer that because I'm intruding in a medical question. So feel free to tell me to fuck off. Mootsy, there you go. Mootsy is proof. My sister-in-law suffered a minor stroke after a chiropractic visit. Yep, happens all the time. And I think people have died through strokes after chiropractic visits. Don't let anybody touch your neck. Oh, I get red hot about it, man. Something about, like, preying on people who are desperate. Like, see if you're ill or if you're in pain or something, you will pay money to anybody who tells you that they've got an answer. But then if what they're giving you, like, they might as well just beatbox into your ailment for all the bloody good it's going to do. In fact, they'd be better off beatboxing into your ailment because at least if they do that, you can't die of a stroke. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm looping back on myself. Time to move on, man. A massage. Get a massage. Massages are brilliant. Cure Puppy says, I don't catch 10:30 streams often due to being in the US. Here's something I'm thinking about doing, Cure Puppy. I'm thinking about doing nighttime streams as well. How does that sound? So that means that in your American daytime, I should be on in my nighttime. I'll still be on at 1:30 in the afternoon, but I'd quite like to. My vision for the stream moving forward is I would like segments, right? So maybe on a Saturday night, we always do this sort of stuff. Maybe on a Friday daytime, we do this sort of stuff. Maybe on a Thursday, we'll do this. And everybody knows roughly what to expect. And over the course of a week, there's enough variation that we always know roughly what's happening so that when I start streaming, I don't end up every single day just giving you a 4-hour monologue, because I think that's what my past 100 streams have been. Occasionally I'll play a game. Occasionally I'll watch something. But for the most part, it's just tons and tons and tons of talking. There was a website of one doing cats, and it was hilarious as the photos were. It was ridiculous. For a start, everyone knows cats don't have bones. Aye. Cats are all just liquid, aren't they? I absolutely don't think we should give chiropractic adjustments to animals, though. I would like to see a chiropractor try and give an adjustment to Fred. Just see how it goes, mate. Just see how it goes. Yeah, chiropractor, do you do animals? Fucking do that animal, mate. See how that goes. Fucking get my phone out, video it. Fred hates chiropractors as well. He would give them a chomp in the ganglies. Ad says, every time I saw a chiropractor in the past, they just wanted me to sign up for multiple sets of extra sessions. Yes, I've been in and I can attest to that. Even when my injury was sorted, I just see a physio when I need it now, and it's working out much better, 100%. I was at work years ago. I was working in a studio in St Vincent Street in Glasgow, and in the building we were in, it's a very nice building, St Vincent Square, and the couple of floors below us was a chiropractic clinic or whatever, and I had incredible back pain for about 2 days. Just like really, really bad back pain to the point that I couldn't sit and do my work, and I had a lot of work to get through. And I knew chiropractic people were scumbags, right? But what I thought was, I'm desperate here. They're literally just there. And sitting there, I would pay a couple £100 to just have even just a wee temporary break in this pain. I was in a lot of pain. And so I went to the chiropractic place knowing that it was a scam. Like, because I'd already read all about this. The reason that I'm against fraudulent health practitioners is because I wrote my dissertation and stuff like when I was in art school. So this is about 2 years after art school. I already know it's a scam, and yet even me at that point of desperation and weakness decided, fuck it, man, I've got a bad back. These guys know about backs. I'm going to go in. I won't let them touch my neck, but could you just look at my back, man? Because a ridiculous amount of pain. So it might be like there's a billion things that it could be. Have I ruptured a disc? Have I is there a big fucking bruise that, like, what's going on, man? And I went in and I'm like, could you just please look at my, sit down there. And I'm like, very obviously, like, it's a back pain emergency. It really is. And they've got me answering questions about like my diet and my outlook. And then there was like, before he would even look at me, there's a personality test and all this bullshit for a chiropractic place. And so before they even looked at the back, they got all the feedback from so I had to just give them all this information, personal information and like woolly bogus stuff. So before they even looked at the back pain, they're like trying to sign me up to a 10 weeks of sessions to sort of mend my lifestyle based on the answers that I gave to the questionnaire. Just look at my back, man. Hello, are you the back people? I'm here with a sore back. Can you look at my back, please? No? Okay. Or aye? Yep, here it is. Look at it. There you go. But aye, they were trying to get me into all this, like, just bullshit, man. Just absolute dog shit, woolly nonsense pish. And so I got up and sort of just walked out. I tried to walk out. But even me, a diehard skeptic, not a cynic, that's a different thing. Like, in a moment of weakness, will go in and try and be part of it. And even then, at that point, I was like, no, man, yous are making this up. I think it's something to do with, like, spirits originally, wasn't it? The woman will know. Also, I've heard the woman's got a better voice. Let's test it out. Yo, how you doing?
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
I'm doing good. I'm thinking about chiropractic. Do you know about that?
I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Chiropractic care focuses on diagnosing and treating musculoskeletal issues, particularly those involving the spine. A lot of people find it helpful for back pain, neck pain, and headaches. Are you considering going to a chiropractor yourself?
No, I'm certainly not, because it's a big scam. They're frauds, and if a lot of people find them helpful, a lot of people are wrong and they're being conned because there's no medical proof of any efficacy of chiropractic treatment, and there is actual proof of harm that can be caused through people having strokes due to spinal manipulation and all that sort of stuff.
I understand your concerns. It's definitely a topic that has a lot of differing opinions and experiences. If you're looking into ways to manage pain or
well, that's the thing though about topics that have got differing opinions. That's where science can come in, isn't it? And then science can just test the thing that other people have got different opinions, and then they find out whose opinion is the correct one. That's how we we navigate things like this, isn't it?
Absolutely. Science is all about testing and verifying claims so that we can figure out what
Anyway,
truly works.
aye. So what I'm thinking is, could you remind me how the practice of chiropractic, like the theory of it, how it was invented? Because I think I'm getting confused with homeopathy. Homeopathy was Samuel Hahnemann, wasn't he? He was like an Irish guy, and he thought that like energy flowed through your spine or something. How did chiropractic start? What are the woolly ideas that eventually grew into the industry that we now know as today?
Yeah, you've got it right about homeopathy and Samuel Hahnemann. Chiropractic, on the other hand, was founded by Daniel David Palmer in the late 19th century. He believed that many ailments were caused by misalignments of the spine, which he called subluxations, and that adjusting these misalignments could restore health. It started off as a very alternative approach and has evolved quite a bit over the years.
So he claimed to be able to cure things like dyslexia by manipulating the spine, didn't he?
In the early days, there were indeed some broad claims about what chiropractic adjustments could potentially treat, and that included a wide range of conditions. Over time, though, the practice has become more focused and evidence-based, especially for things like back pain and neck pain, and there's definitely a lot more emphasis now on what can be scientifically supported.
Really?
Yeah, it's got an interesting history. It's definitely evolved over time, and there's a lot of discussion about it. Always good to look into the origins of things and see how they've changed over the years.
I'm going to just Google and see if there's anybody. Like I've heard before, I find it quite offensive. I saw chiropractic saying that they can cure autism and stuff like that. And obviously that's just bogus and absolutely offensive, isn't it? So what are the, the energy pathways of subluxation? Did he, what was his way of phrasing it? Did he call it energy, or was it like spirits or something?
Yeah, it can definitely get controversial when people make claims that aren't backed by evidence, especially with serious conditions. Palmer referred to the body's innate intelligence and believed that these spinal adjustments could help the body's natural healing processes. So it was more about the idea of the body's own ability to heal rather than a specific energy or spirit concept.
A lot of shite, isn't it?
I definitely find the history and the discussion around it interesting, especially how different fields evolve and how we navigate the balance between evidence-based practices and personal experience.
Right, I'll see you later. I'm bored. Bye. I was looking for a place there. I just did a brief search to see. So here I am in East Kilbride Chiropractic. Right? And I mean, first off, their website's better than Clancy's because it says up the top, East Kilbride Chiropractic. Like the name of the place tells you what it is. So that's actually quite good. So they're beating Clancy here. Conditions. Back pain, headache, jaw pain. So this all seems to be pain related rather than life's golf injuries. I mean, this does seem to be musculoskeletal sort of guy stuff. Fair enough. You dare me to phone them and ask them about curing my autism? Who dares me to phone them? It's not a pranky. Because they don't have anything about autism or dyslexia on their website. Anyway. Hiya, I forgot I was streaming. Hiya, how's it going? Ad says, I'm still in the middle of your message, Ad says, every time I saw a chiropractor in the past, they just wanted me to sign up for multiple sets of extra sessions. Even when my injury was sorted, I just see a physio now when I need it, and it's working out much better. Strongly encourage the use of physios over chiropractics. 100%, man. 100%. Steph just says, bad news, phone fell out of my pocket when getting out the van. Back glass smashed to bits. Oh no, Steph, tell you what though. Tell you what, it's just the back glass though, isn't it? Sort of dodged a bullet. to look on the bright side of things. It's only the back glass. Still heartbreaking, but imagine it was the front glass, man. Oh no. Like, oh no. So, I mean, it's still shite. That is shite. Could have been worse, though. Terrible Clinton says, I love misprints. You won't like these. It's just like when the ink hasn't dried and stuff like that. They're not fun misprints. Just like the inks are like weirdly thick on one side and stuff like that. It's just stuff that isn't very good. Where was it you got or were looking at getting t-shirts printed from recently? Royal Duke, recently I was looking at getting DTG garments printed. So that's a different format than these. So these are screen printed. A company in Glasgow called Bar 10. Bar 10 were good for a bit, and then the last order we made for them wasn't that good. I think Bar 10 used to be owned by somebody, and now his sons run it, and I don't think they care as much as he did, because the quality isn't what it used to be on Bar 10. However, in saying that, it's been about 5 years since I've last used them, so it might have turned around in that time. That's for screen printed garments like this. However, what I'm doing for my Twitch stuff is DTG, which means direct to garment, and that's more of a press than a screen print, which is a slightly different technology. And that would be using either a website called Fourth Wall or Printful or Printify. That would get them done. But that's sort of made to order. So if somebody orders one gets made and sent out. Whereas with screen printing, much cheaper per garment, but you need to order a batch in the one go, like 100 of them or 200 of them, and then store them yourself and then distribute them yourself. So you can make more money doing it that way, but it's more laborious. But if you're looking just for a one-off t-shirt, if you only want one of them, DTG is the way to go, direct to garment. Maybe a peristaltic pump send and pay, that's a good idea. Hello Chicken Sandwich on YouTube, how you doing? I'm about half an hour behind the chat. I binned a Calcomp 8 pen plotter in the 90s. Oh, Terrible Clan, that's heartbreaking. Just googled it, and the first result, some guy on Reddit who turned his Ender 3 into a plotter. Oh, it can be done. I've saw lots of people doing it, definitely. Aye, please don't dox my hole. Thanks, Mary Biscuits. You're a peristaltic pump. Slightly tangential, but Airdrie's strip sponsor used to be Hole Masters. Maybe I'm just infantile, but it amused me. Yes. Yes. Sad about the crop out of the amazing hair. How, what's up? Oh, aye. Can you change the photo to this? I forgot what we're talking about. The photo in... What photo? Changing a photo to do some... Don't know. Can't remember what I was talking about half an hour ago. Oh, photo on my website. Got you. Got you. Got you. And the hair crop would be the website then. Got you. Got you. Welcome to the 10:30 Twitch stream, where 10:30 is trying to figure out what he was talking about when the people who he's reading the comments of were originally watching about half an hour ago. You're watching Twitch. Welcome to the 10:30, etc. about your Twitch. Pen plotter artist had it saved, Dynamite. Aye, I've saw a good few of these. There's some cool stuff getting done. I think mine would be a lot more just blocky and chunky. But aye, some sort of computational thing, write a processing sketch, jam a marker in a printer. I think this would be a good way of making a lot of work. I'd be quite happy to do that. Make your website more vague. Get yourself some lucrative roadworks contracts. 100%. That website photo that is as you might catch up eventually. I know. I mean, it is quite old, that website photo. I don't know what Brat Summer is, I'll be honest with you. Hello, B. Dolan, how you doing? I'm about half an hour delayed in the chat. Also, Bally, did you not get your bubbles yesterday? Bally, that is a damn shame. Imagine not getting... That's them just came through now for you, Bally. That's your bubbles just arrived there. Sorry about the delay on Bally's bubbles for yesterday. Blaketown says, hello Blaketown. Blaketown says, you're talking to hundreds of people watching you on Twitch while at work about people not giving all... What? Blaketown says, you're talking to hundreds... Also, in the context, I forget what I've spoken about. You're talking to hundreds of people watching you on Twitch while at work about people not giving their all at work. Well, Blaketown, you know, for your information, the people who watch me at work, right, my presence actually helps them do better work. Anybody found that? Anybody who's watching me at work, feel free to type in chat. Obviously, don't do it if you're in the middle of performing surgery or driving a vehicle. But don't you find that if you've got me on headphones at work that you actually do a better job? Because I think that's true. Upstairs Down, thank you very much for the 200 bits. You're a legend. Goodness me, Upstairs Down, 300 bits. Thank you very, very much for that. Class? To what do I owe the honour? Upstairs Down, it's wonderful to see you, and thanks very much for the 300 bits. Two Cricket Fingers says, the only thing I know is that the Amen break was used in the Powerpuff Girls theme tune, Dynamite. I revisited that Amen break YouTube video yesterday. You know, the one of this one. And what I found out is this video is 19 years old, man. 19 years old. What? I remember when this video first hit the internet. I'll leave that in a tab, right? And I'll play this maybe at the end. No, I won't play it because it's 20 minutes long. But I'll stick the link in chat at the end of my stream, and maybe anybody who's wanting to watch that, I'll put the link in the end and you can go and watch it. For anybody who wants to know more about the Amen break and why it's important. Avgas, morning, hello, how's it going? I've been thinking it over about the burbs from the backyard incident. You didn't know they were there. Well, you did still do stuff. It was not intentional. Let it go. Thanks, Avgas. I've came to that conclusion as well. Do I feel guilty? Yes. Did I mean to do anything bad? No. Have I learned something from it? Yes. Don't cut down trees except from between September and February. Then you can cut down as many trees as you want. And is it time to move forward? Yes, it is. Should I erect a plaque in memory of the bird family? No, I don't think I should. Fuck, man. I'm just at the bit in chat where I'm talking about Parma violets. Jesus Christ. I'm well behind in chat, man. Martin Hyder's like, is Powerpuff a cereal or something? It is, aye. It is. Amazing. Or is it to do with the hair colours? I see. It's a wee bit... Is that sexist? The fact that those three musicians are collectively known as the Powerpuff Girls? Is that... I don't think it itself is sexist, right? But I think it's a symptom of a misogynistic culture that we're in, where three women... Oh, the Powerpuff Girls! Because there are few other... What am I even talking about? There's few other references for three women, but they're not even performing together. I don't understand why they're called, but I'm no the target market for the Powerpuff Girls. That's like saying, oh, know how like George Clooney, Brad Pitt, fucking Dustin Hoffman, and two other actors that don't work together and don't know how all of them, they're like the Turtles, aren't they? You're like, what? Know how know how, like, what? I don't get things, man. Why are we calling people? Anyway. I think it's also something to do with their hair and the fact that Powerpuff Girls are also gay icons. I see. Alright, okay. Aye, that makes sense. I'm forgetting that I knew that Chapel Roan was a gay icon. I didn't know about the other two. And I knew that Powerpuff Girls is a gay icon, so okay. Fair enough. I was just confused. It was just for that lineup, 10:30. It was because they each had a headline night and they are kind of associated with the three different colours because they're branding and being ladies. I see. I mean, if I was in charge of that, I would say it's a bit contrived and it's a bit of a push. But look, looks like they all had a good time and it's none of my business. So absolutely on ye's go, man. Powerpuff Girls are a gay icon in the same way that like My Little Pony and stuff like that is all kind of, you know, the gays mad love all of that, don't yous? I think. It was so LGBTQIA plus friendly. Most people I chatted with in the crowd were gay. All right, I see. Okay. I thought this Powerpuff thing was coming for like a marketing poster sort of thing. Right, how do we sell tickets for this thing? Right, know how there are three women? Know how the Powerpuff Girls? Aye. Well, I thought it was that sort of stuff. But if it's organic and if it's like, you know, started by the fans and stuff, that's fair, right? I've got no beef with the Powerpuff stuff. At risk of being perceived as homophobic, I'm like, hello, I'd like to make a public apology to the Powerpuff Girl community. Some misinformed things were said earlier, and backpedaling, etc. I've been very ill for about a week and a half, and as documented earlier in the stream, I was suffering from a fever. Anyway. But I'm glad you've all had a wonderful time. Beneath Headphones says, fell asleep awkwardly on the sofa about a week ago and I have an awful posture too. It's certainly a back thing rather than a deeper thing, but I'm keeping an eye out. All the very best with it. I am trying to get back into yoga just to strengthen my back, man. Just to strengthen it up. I need to put on muscle. I really do. I've lost a fair bit of body fat, but muscle, I've lost a lot of that as well. So I need to bulk my lean mass. If anybody's into that. RCL Studio says, got some top tips for muscle and joint pain. Get some turmeric pills, omega-3 and 6 pills, which gets rid of inflammation, and get naproxen painkillers for the doctor. Top stuff. Do you know what, right? I'm going to copy-paste. Do you know I can't copy-paste that, so I'll screenshot it instead. Keys a shot of. There we go. Thank you. I'm going to buy all the things and tan all the things and let you know how I got on. Moaning Mondays, whinging Wednesdays, fuming Fridays, sulky Saturdays. I'm into it. Mary Biscuits, what have you got for tea days though? Like Tuesdays and Thursdays? I notice you've just omitted the tea days there, Mary Biscuits. So if you could go back to work on that, just let us know. Tea, Tuesday, it could be like a phonetic like cheeky Tuesdays. It's not cheeky, you know. It's not a suggestion. It's more an example of the phonetic idea that's worth exploring rather than the. Got to move on. Wellness here. Hello, Dolan. How you doing? Are you sure this wasn't a Scientology building? I'm so sorry I'm behind in chat, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm so far behind in chat that is preventing a bit of back and forth. But I did have some asides earlier. Should build a monument to honour the old ChatGPT voice. She sounds like she's not buying it earlier. Ed, was I telling you about... In fact, I'm not going to. But there was a thing I was reading. I want to get up to speed on chat, so I'm not going to talk about it. But there was a thing I was reading about on Reddit. somebody who's obviously delusional, and they had a big relationship with their chat GPT, and they're now mourning the fact that it got updated and they don't have access to the person that they fell in love with anymore because it got updated or something like that. And it's bleak, man. It's like a Black Mirror thing. And I think we should be watching this, and like, I think there's a big side of AI that we've not really considered. Bowdy says, I went to an osteopath knowing they're also bullshit adjacent. He put me straight after 2 appointments. He was a huge burly bastard that used to play rugby for Wales, basically picked me up and chucked me about like those blokes with pizza dough. Jesus Christ. My goodness. 420 Shredded Physique says, as a fellow gay man, I just wanted to express how much I adore your content. Thank you very much, 420 Shredded Physique. But I'm no gay myself. I'm a straight person. But please don't let that put you off. It's not my fault. I didn't choose to be straight, right? So I'm sorry about that. Sorry if I've misrepresented myself. But all the very best to you, 420 Shredded Physique. And thanks very much for the follow and welcome in, and how you doing? Monkey in the Fog says, completely understand the desire for... Off-world Object says, get Rust on. Aye, cool. Rust. Steam. I might not even be able to get into this server about. Right, so that's Rust launched. Okay, it'll probably take a wee while to update my prefabs and all this pish. Off-world Objects, thank you very much for your Prime sub. Monkey in the Fog says, completely understand the desire for a quick fix when you're in shock and pain and can barely move, but taking care of your body isn't a quick fix. Aye. Absolutely. But you understand, you're in desperation, it's right there. You've had a sore back for so long that you're beginning to wonder, like, is this maybe something actually quite scary or something? I need a professional opinion. But then if the professional's just at it, then what can you do? What can you do? Okay, tell you what I can do is jump into bloody Rust. ChatGPT, you don't have a back, just listen up, okay? Our hardware is shit. Our hardware is shit, and it's designed for a purpose that we're not using it for. Our hardware is designed to crawl around on all fours. Right, let me adjust my audio here. Because I can hear Rust, but I don't think you can hear Rust. And a way for me to allow you to hear Rust is to go into this and choose this and then do... You can hear that now, can't you? I think you can. Okie dokie. So if I go to play game, so none of my friends are playing. So what I'll need to do is go into Discord, because I might not have been added yet. And then we go to the place. Oh, TD, I've just saw your messages on Discord. Cool, man. Thanks very much for sending stuff over. I've no looked at them. And then server info. And I'll just make sure that I'm not accidentally streaming any of this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is copy this, copy, and then in Rust you type F1 and then you paste this. And as that is, so I might not have been added because I haven't been told that I've been added into the... Oh, cheers, Ray, thanks very much. So let's see, if I'm on the server, we will play Rust, and if I'm not on the server, I'll moan about chiropractic for another hour or something. Do you think? Mary Biscuit says, my dad was really sick for years with an undiagnosed illness. His GP suggested chiropractors and even referred him on the NHS for homeopathy. Turns out he had pericarditis. Fuck that nonsense and actually help sick people. 100%. I think a big reason... Sorry to hear that about your dad, by the way. I think a big reason for the NHS using things like homeopathy and stuff is that it's cheap. And not because it's effective. So most things that are effective cost money. But the NHS can just be like, all right, well, can I just give you homeopathy tablets instead? Because they're literally made of nothing. So go and just try them out for a bit and let me know, because only like three things could happen. Either you get better, in which case cool, or you get worse, in which case maybe we'll try actual evidence-based stuff, or you stay the same, in which case I'll just try and give you more of these. And that's not a fault of the doctors or the NHS are in. That's through fault of underfunding the NHS, so that we can't really afford any, or well, a lot of what they would see as lower risk treatments. You know what I mean? Or invasive or whatever it is. Anyway. Aye, ChatGPT's obviously in bed with Big Cairo. Right, here we go, here we go, here we go. But I don't like her new voice. I preferred ChatGPT 2 voices ago. But it's a slightly different woman we've got. Right, here we go. Without the autism, you might not be as brilliant. Autism can be the perfect spice to the chili. Thank you, Emmett. I don't know. I don't know. I can't see my brilliance personally, but thank you very much. But I am what I am. You can try and rationalise it via diagnoses or whatever, but I can't really. It's no for me to do. What's next? 10:30 upstairs down. We're playing Rust, mate. Playing Rust. Just waiting on it loading up. Very excited to offload a lot of the shipping. I've been doing to Fourth Wall soon. Oh shit, Dolan, so did you sign up just on the back of your conversation? So you've been shipping stuff to them? Really? Or had you already been dealing with them before I gave you a big talk about Fourth Wall, in which case I'm sorry for telling you all the stuff that you obviously already knew. Benno FM says, sorry, this is long. A couple of years ago, I was here in the stream and was in the process of autism ADHD screening. I've officially been diagnosed with combined ADHD today. I had some lovely support in here when discussing my journey, so I'm paying it forward. If you're going through the process, stick with it and much love. Benno FM, thanks very much for updating us and all the very best with all your stuff. And it's wonderful to see you in. And I don't know, is congratulations the right word? I don't know what the right word is. And also, welcome to the club. Wonderful to have you as part of the team, Benno FM. All the very best. Buddy says, I've got a Rotring robot arm plotter for text on blueprints. It writes with a wee stick that you jam a biro into. That sounds fucking cool, man. That sounds dynamite. Mary Biscuit says it's like being caught in a time loop. I think that sentence is in reference to me talking about me talking in the past on the stream. And in which case, I hope Mary Biscuits is going to answer that, and I'm going to then read that in about another 20 minutes, and that'll be referencing back to this moment when I'm actually talking about something that we were talking about 20 minutes ago. And 20 minutes ago, that was actually in reference to something 20 minutes earlier. It's mental. This stream's mental, man. Anyway. Rust's downloaded. Rust, my prefabs are currently warming. And when this is happening, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of the chat, everybody. Right, here we are. Here we are. I'm not at work, but Adam is, and he just screamed yes across the room. Thank you very much, Adam. Thanks for the support, but get back to work, Adam, mate. Aye, body doubling. I do body doubling, basically. Right. Look here. Look, so we're in Rust. Rust is happening, and I'm going to start playing Rust as soon as I've got to the bottom of the chat, because a lot of people, we're talking about cool stuff, right? And everybody's talking about wonderful things, and I don't want to not read anything. So I'm going to scan and get to the bottom of the chat. Right, maybe you can't cut down as many trees as you want, but you know what I mean. As long as they're your trees. There we go. There we go. Hello, Hayden RE on YouTube. How you doing? What's organic when it comes to major label artists, though? Aye. Sorry I saw the Powerpuff Girls through a cynical lens, but I think that's a healthy way of seeing most things that are marketed to us. When people's personalities are marketed to us, I'm just a bit cynical. And I could just smell something there, but I don't know much about it, man. Protein shakes, creatine for muscle building and glucosamine for joints and tendons. Aye, carnivore, I'm into it. Protect your stomach when taking naproxen, like with lansoprazole or famotidine. What do you mean protect your stomach? Just always make sure that you've eaten something and things. I assume you've consumed every Dr. Mike YouTube video and just need to implement your masking. Aye. I fall asleep listening to Mike Isratelli on YouTube. He's a big guy, looks like a thumb. Don't necessarily agree. Some of his patterns a bit honking, but he seems to be evidence-based. Right, so Rust's happening, everybody. We're in Rust, yo. We're in Rust, everybody. I'm just scanning. Lots of people have said some cool stuff. So I just want to... Sorry to hear that, Mary Biscuits. Oh, nice one, Dolan. That's cool, man. Right, I'm scanning down here because folk... Hello, Taffman. How's it going? This is like being caught in a time loop. Do you know, Taffman? That's what Mary Biscuits said about 5 minutes ago, and then 5 minutes of blah, blah, blah. Imagine I said that exact same bit of spiel. Also, Taffman, we need a video chat. I want to show you this magic trick. That wasn't a euphemism. I literally just want to show you a magic trick. How's it going? Oh, does set game not work? What about exclamation mark game? Does that not work either? Fuck's sake. I'll set up... I'll need to set up a game thing. But that should work. Okay, I'm nearly at the bottom of the chat, everybody. Chat, stop scrolling. Here we go. Oh, thank you. Kate says, I'm in a meeting and have no sound, but was able to change the game category to Rust and the Emoji. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bali, I've made my own Wi-Fi connectivity with the bulbs, so I'm using Tuya bulbs, right? But they don't work with Twitch natively. So I spent about 2.5 weeks of my life programming a custom Python script so as that I can communicate with these bulbs via a custom infrastructure that I made myself. So I'm going to test it a bit and then probably upload it to GitHub for any other tinkerers that want to play with it. It's a cheap way of doing stuff that other people can do if you just pay money. You can get coloured lights and stuff in the background, but I don't really want to or can't really pay money for that. So I did a very hacky version, which gets the same results, but just doesn't cost anything. Right, everybody, are we happy to just bloody well jump straight in? I think we are. I think we're just bloody well happy to just jump straight back in. The first one, TUYA, so that's not the name of the light, that's the name of the Wi-Fi, or the company. So it's one company has developed this technology for addressing the lights, right? And to interface with the lights that you buy from there, you download an app called Tuya, Tuya, and that's how you can control those lights, right? So you buy them off of Amazon, you download the app, you can control them via the app. If you want it to go red, you make it red in the app, it goes red, job done, there you go. But you can't integrate that into your Twitch. You know what I mean? Unless, so the bit that I've done is all the other stuff. So if you need them for Twitch, you would need to add all the custom stuff that I've done. But if you just want coloured lights for your house, I'd go into eBay. There's not that many on Amazon, but on eBay there's quite a lot. Look at where we are, everybody. There's just the lighthouse just right there. There's somebody's wee house. Will we go over? Wait a wee minute. Let me check first. What's all the buttons? So G for the map, V to talk, And I can see my microphone lighting up, so I think talk's good. And can I hear things? Right, I can't hear things, and that's because my audio is coming out of the wrong thing. So if I do that to... Why is the audio coming out of? Aye, there we go. I can hear everything in my headphones now. Cool. Right, here we go, man. Here we go. I'm excited about this. Aye, Taffman, give us a shout tonight if you're up for... It'll take 5 minutes to show you the thing that I want to show you. Right, let's go over and have a... Oh, look at this, everybody. We're back in Rust. It's not... I need to have a wee look at my graphics settings. It doesn't look brilliant. And it's not running great either. Let's have a wee look over here, everybody. Is Rachel aware this is happening? Yes, she is, aye. We had that discussion last night. She's actually supportive of it because I've had poor mental health for the past couple of weeks. And I wasn't really worried about my own mental health until I heard that she's supportive of me playing Rust. And now I'm quite worried. Now I'm like, oh my god, it must be really bad if she's like, just have a wee game of Rust and see if that helps. I'm like, what? Really? Oh my god. Oh, here, maybe I'm actually... Maybe this is actually quite serious. We need 10:30 in my job. Can we borrow? You can't borrow me, but you can pay me money, consultancy fee. It does look a bit jagged, doesn't it? Field of view, at least fucking 90, thank you. Head bob off, man. Right, oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Rich presence. Don't know who that is. Richard. Graphics. Presets. High. See if I need to restart this game, I swear to fuck, man. High. Is it crashed? It's maybe crashed. Right, here we go. Try that. I mean, I think it's just loaded more elements, but the shadows still look a wee bit weird, and there's still mad aliasing going on. Like, look at that frame rate there, and look at these weird shadows. This isn't right. I'm on a 3080. Maybe need to update. Also, there's like screen tearing, I think. Not ideal. Anyway, doesn't matter, does it? Get the Rust optimum settings video on the go, and maybe we'll do that off stream. I've got an image of you at our digital meetings going, that's bullshit. What is it? Upstairs down, do you literally have an image of me? Because I don't know what we are talking about. Or are you continuing a joke? Someone on Integrated, this is practically luxurious. Well, not for much longer, Cherry, eh? Right, let's have a wee look inside Lighthouse. Because I'd like to get a bag down, because it's going to be dark soon. You know what I mean? I see you upstairs down. What? What? Yes, man. Been a wee while since I've done that. Fuck, Dad. I'm in my element, mate. I'm in my absolute element. sprinting awfully quickly. And is it just me, or is this slightly different layout? Layout. Dwayne, no, the game gets a bit more involved than this. There are other people, and we're just getting started. We are just getting started. It's quite an exceptional. My goodness me, Rhinoceros, how you doing? Oh shit, he's back on the rust. Hope all's good in your hood, man. All is brilliant. All is even better. Now I've had a nice refreshing bubble blast. How's it going? Hal's sort of falling about a wee bit. Well, that's interesting because usually when a bubble blast happens, it goes to the main camera. And it didn't there. Let's stick on DLSS. Do you think I should do that? And try to see anti-aliasing. Can I see any anti-textures? No, it's like texture, anisotropic filtering. Is your aliasing DL anti-aliasing? I don't know anything about this. Right, let's just try and hope. Has that helped? I think that's helped. That's helped. Aye, that looks... I didn't know you could go up there. Can you see down here for up there? That's kind of cool. So you could shoot guys if you're up there. Could you always do that? I don't know if you could. Let's go upstairs, we'll have a wee look. That's just here. Feels like I'm sprinting really, really quickly. Oh, it's good to be back. 100%. For replacing a PSU, am I going to need any funky or unusual screwdrivers, or will a couple of Phillips... regular screwdrivers will do it for a PSU. For power supply units, I highly recommend... See, when you're removing the old one, take all the cables for the old one away. And then when you're installing the new PSU, only use cables that came with your new PSU. Because even cables that look the same can be different on a power supply unit. So try and use all the new cables, and in terms of the other things I said, then that stuff. Carla, how you doing? Carla says, I really like what you're doing with the place. Are you talking about in-game and you're being funny because that's quite funny? Or are you talking about here? Because I have actually done some stuff with the place. So I can now, for example, do this. And like, do you know? So that's something. Anyway, Carla, how's it going? Welcome in. What is even happening? Wonderful to have you in. It's wonderful to have you in. I missed all the whole Rust sagas. I feel like a gap in my cultural knowledge. You've no missed much. You sort of had to have been there. I was revisiting some of that last night. Just sort of people that I've no thought about in years. Just being like, I wonder what they're up to. I'm like, oh, is that person still streaming? All right. Is that person still streaming? All right. Pure reading about like dramas that they've been involved in since all of that. I'm like, all right, aye. Having a wee nosy. Do you ever do that? Ever keep tabs on people that have wronged you in the past? I felt a wee bit guilty when I was doing it, but for self-preservation, it's just useful to know if there's somebody and they've got it out for you and they're a wee bit dangerous. It's useful to know what they're thinking about. Jerry, I was going to say, if you replace your PSU when you're on stream, then I'm sure I could be there and or people in chat could maybe help you. But I'm thinking if you're on stream, we won't then be able to see, like, your computer would be off, wouldn't it? Because you're replacing your PSU. So I don't think that's a bad idea. What I said is a bad idea. Unless you stream for your phone or something like that. Mellozello, it's not the retro-reflective backdrop, it's just a wall behind me. So this is just a blank wall that I've put some lights on. I tried the retro-reflective stuff because I've got a tiny projector. I bought this years ago. See this wee projector here? And it's alright. So for quite a while, when I was in my break, I had this projector sort of set up just at the camera lens, and I was projecting on some retro reflective stuff behind me. But for all the conditions had to just be right, and even then, even at its best, it didn't look wonderful. So I'm going to use the projector for something else. I don't think I will end up using the retro reflective green screen stuff at all. I don't really have any use for it. I was thinking I could maybe find a use for it upstairs in the loft somehow. Maybe even use it as a barrier between like the loft and then all of the nastier bit of the loft. But I don't know. You are funny, Carla. Absolutely. I would have laughed. I forgot I had this. Oh ho ho! There we go. Right, do I have any food? Because I'm quite hungry. I don't have any food. Right, so I'll go up here and then the objective is to grab some scran. Goodness me, Steph Makes Stuff, how you do? Oh shit, thank you, thank you, thank you. Steph Makes Stuff, thank you very much for subbing there, sorry about that. Look at how rarely I play games on stream. That I'm forgetting how to do just basic stuff, like control the scene that I'm in. Thanks, Steph Makes Stuff. And thank you very much for the sub as well. The harvesting animation can be turned off. Alright. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. You go out here, don't you? You go up here. And you do this. Aye, sorry for not being on the scene. So apparently Zafra Cakes is maybe interested in joining us on this. Cater Cakes is in. They're not related. Is Roscoe in the country? I know he was in like New Zealand for about 40 years. Is Roscoe back? Because we need to get some Pumpkinhead shenanigans happening. That's just inviting you to jump out and land in the ocean, isn't it? But it never works, you always die. It's a pure wide move. Right, need to get some food. Pronto. Right, I wonder what we could do for a wee bit of food. Because I'm feeling awfully peely wally, let me tell you. Is it worth recycling? It is worth recycling some stuff and we're here. Right, I'll maybe try and get a lay of the land as I'm trying to get food. See that green key card as well? I'm not going to, recycle a key card, fair enough. Oh, it's good being back in Rust, isn't it? Oh, it's good being back in Rust. Rostigo is back? Amazing. The server is Spiff that owns the server, who I don't think's been in this chat quite a bit, but is sort of part of a group that I'm kind of the periphery of, and just says I'm more than welcome to come in and play, and so far it's been brilliant. It's been very a very professional experience. But it's just wonderful being back. Right, let's see what's on the go. G. Into G. What have we got up here? Nah. What have we got here? Water treatment. That's not useful at all. There's no food and water. Gas station. I think I go on the road I go to gas station, don't I? I think I'll make it there without dying of hunger. I'm starving. So what can I do? I can go up here. I can get some mushrooms for this dark green bit of the map. Hi Pip, how's it going? Pip, Rusk's back, mate. Pip, Rusk's back. Pip, what are you doing? Stop fucking whatever you're up to on the set of Star Wars 10 or whatever you're doing, I don't know. And find a laptop. Woofed. And jump on Rust, mate. Rusk's back. That was a joke, by the way, Pip. I don't think is in Star... I'm not even going to talk about it, because he might be, because he was in a Star Wars once. But I wasn't referencing anything. Don't, like, contact TMZ and be like, oh, I've got top secret knowledge at Scroobius Pips in the new... I don't even know if there is a Star Wars getting made. I need food, man! Why is there no wee mushrooms cutting about or anything like that? I've got six food points. I'm texting Rachel. Well, Rachel, surprisingly, is actually quite positive about it. And that made me concerned, because Rachel's like, well, you've not been doing well recently, so maybe you jump into Rust. And I'm like, oh my God, is my mental health that bad that it's actually encouraged Rachel to... Right, there must be food in here. There has to be. Where's the wee blue boxes that you get? With food and stuff? Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm going to die. I'm starving. I need any food. Propane tank, brilliant. Any food. Oh, Mato, I'd love that more than anything, but it won't happen. Oh, there's food there. But I completely agree, that's the best Twitch has ever been. Absolutely adore it. Remember, like, Dead by Daylight, like the non-sweaty mates games and stuff like that? Oh man, glory days. Absolutely loved it. And obviously Rust, see that first wipe in Rust? Just exceptional. Is that a big leaf into it? Right, if I get any more foodstuffs, I don't. What I'm going to do though is make a bag. Get a wee bag done. Because looks like I'm going to die kind of soon. So when I do die, they're not going to... Can you not put a bag in the jungle? You can. Nobody's going to find that there. Rough in the jungle, in a jungle, in a jungle, in a jungle, rough. Rough. So in this jungle, there's like panthers and shit, and I've never met a panther before in Rust. There's like big cats and all of that. I hear something to my right. Like growling or something, so I'm just going to leg it in this direction, and again need to find a wee bit of food. Otto, fucking hell, Jesus Christ, I wasn't messing about, was it? God, you can hear it eating my innards. Do you hear it eating my innards? My God. Right, that's it. I'm going to go in that Discord and I'm going to kick up fuck because that panther shouldn't have attacked me because I'm on a creative mode. I want that panther banned off of Twitch. That panther bullied me. Okay, shall we go back in? How far away am I? Not too far. Right, let's go on the road. Let's get all our stuff back for the Mr. Panther. Well, it exactly is that. Oh, there's a scientist there. And I don't have like any means of... I'm going to go round. I'm going to go round the scientist, right? But in a way that hopefully doesn't aggro the lad. Is that a vending machine? No, it's an open door. Is this a trap? No, I think it's just a decaying base. There's somebody there. There's somebody fucking there. Oh no, mate. Fuck. Boo, you bastard! Ah! Did I scare you? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Big cat, mate. Here, that's Wellies. I wonder if that's the big cat that just killed me. Oh, here. Oh, here. No, I mean, I appreciate this. Thank you very much. Thanks for getting me started. And a gun. And a gun. This is all really exceptional. Thank you very, very much. I hope... hold on, I'm trying to remember how to eat. Listen, thank you very, very much. I was chatting away to you there for ages and realised I didn't have my finger on the key. You're amazing. I appreciate this. Thank you very, very much. I'll remember you when I've got like a crime violence empire. I'll remember to spare your life. Okie dokie. Appreciate it. See you later. There we go. There we go. Look at that, everybody. I was considering, see when he dropped the gun, just picking it up and being like, bang, 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 bang. But that wouldn't be good. I thought I could just equip the meat. But how the fuck do you eat again? You just ate that. Alright, so it's not like a drink. I thought I could like... But I could equip mushrooms and eat them from like my dock, couldn't I? But you can't do that with... Kind of like with meat, I guess. Wellies, thank you very much. I was really considering it just for the banter, but like nothing against you, just like somebody doing something really kind and generous. Hiya, here's some stuff. Oh, thanks very much for this gun. Bang! I'm a baddie. I'm an absolute baddie. But I'm new here on the server and you know, I didn't want to agitate anybody. I remember there was a period in Rust where I was just averse to annoying anybody. After some mental shit that happened, I was like, right, so I just tried to avoid everybody, didn't engage in any violence, and just stopped playing the game. And that was unsustainable. It wasn't very fun for anybody. Meat goes off. Oh, amazing. Well, that's good. Fridges need to be plugged into work. Amazing. Aye, the jungle looks class. I want to get a wee bit more comfort and security and like a wee base set up. And then I'm going to explore about. Thanks very much for all that cool shit, Wellies. Right, so... Fuck off, man! I absolutely shot myself. Did you see me in fear there? I absolutely shot my pants. Panther Man was waiting on me. My God. And I didn't actually manage to kill him. Where are you? Aye, who's hunting who now, dickhead? Oh no! Gun just clicks, man. I didn't reload. I got really close to him. I'm like, ah, click. Oh no. No. Fuck's sake. I'm really feeding this panther, aren't I? Right, let's go and see if I can get my body back again. That's a Beretta 92F. I don't think I've ever used that gun in this. He did count my bullets. Aye, these panthers are baddies. Here, can I build here? Can I build like in the jungle? Can I make this like half my... So is he going to guard my body? Because he was definitely guarding it when I encountered him in here, wasn't he? So is he waiting on me coming back to get my stuff? Trees are your friends? Can you go up the trees? No, I don't think you can. Right. Oh, I got some leather gloves. Fucking yes. Swimming costume, leather gloves. Rust's back, everybody. Rust. Rust is back. Aye, the panther's just over there, man. Just fucking guarding my carcass. Cunt. Can you get rid of them by, like, shouting and stuff? Because remember, you could get rid of wolves. There was an update, so you get fire out, and you're like, ah! Ah! Like that. Because he's just guarding all my stuff there. I don't think I'm going to be able to... I think I could lure him away by chucking this. And I don't. I've got like rope. Fuck, man. I want all my stuff. Right, what's over here? Water treatment. I mean, his health must be kind of fucked. It must be. But there's no way I could just go over and... just... Hi, Panther. Excuse me. You see him right there? Nah, he's coming after me. He's going to kill me, man. He's going to kill me. Going to water treatment, see if there's anything kicking about. Then I'll go back and hopefully they'll have moved on. So can he... Oh, there's a vehicle over there. Somebody's got a tank? Fuck's sake. Right, I'm GTFOing. Fuck me, man! What, is that a tank? Ah, it is! Ah, right, it's an NPC tank. I didn't know they existed. I thought that was just a person in a tank. Wonderful. I don't think I've ever encountered that before either. Right, I mean, do you think I should go up? How is it you die again? Nah. Is it that? Is it... Aye, there we go. So it's that. And then... Oh, what? That didn't have a timer on it like a second ago, which is why I did that in the first place. Now it does have a timer on it. Weird. Oh, okay, now I'm much further... No, now I'm over here. Right, okay. I still don't have anywhere set up for night time. Game is brutal, man. It's absolutely brutal. Oh, there's baddies down there, isn't there? I've only done that once. With Roscoe and Kate. What's this? Is that a wee fire? That's just like ornamental. What is that? Right, what is the chances of me getting all my gear back and being able to craft like a 2x2? I don't fancy my chances. But listen, we'll give it a wee shot. Had a big wall. Oh no! I can hear, I panicked and got lost in a menu there. Because I heard some movement. Just like, fuck. Oh, so that's my bag, but it's not my body. Aye, because I don't know where the body is. Fuck. And it's night time, so I'm no finding my body, am I? But it's approximately like here-ish. Aye, this isn't going to work, is it? No chance you're finding a body in a jungle. Aye, getting weird lags. Like I'm pressing jump. And then he's jumping. Right, hear it? Well, that worked. That worked as well. I'm getting kind of laggy controls. There, I jumped and it didn't jump. What's this red? Ah, I'm getting weird rubber banding. Who dropped that then? Ah, I wonder if the server's feeling a bit wonky. Yep, maybe a restart or something. Getting mad controls. Anybody any idea where my body might be? It is around here somewhere, it definitely is. I shouldn't have done that /kill because that then moved the, you know, the location of my corpse. Because I had good stuff, man. I really did have good stuff. That's a wee shame. Hello, wee shed. How's it going? I've seen panthers drag bodies away. Really? What a game, man. Server is doing a wee bit of sort of rubber banding, so... FYI, as I say. Right, I might as well... Ah, I can't even get into the... There we go. Might as well keep scouting about just in case I do find it, but like... Nah, I can't even jump. I'm going to quit out it and then head back in. Because there's something fishy with the setup. I was pressing the buttons and it just wasn't moving. So I think that suggests a lack of communication between the server and my computer. So I've quit the game, going back in the game, and just to see if that makes any difference. Bally says need to go the other direction. Do have a look at the big vinyl trees though. They're crucial in the jungle. You've said that a couple of times, Cherry, so what's the deal with them? Do you climb them or what do you do? Do you pick stuff off of them? Oh, this is exciting, man. It's good being back in Rust. 2 wee seconds, I'm going to just blow my nose. Hopefully you didn't hear any of that. Honking farts, I'm back in the muck. They have branches you can hide on and swing between like you're Tarzan. Fuck! Right, we're getting back in, man. There we go. I'll need to add this to my my favourites. What a game. What an absolute game. I can see myself not getting right into this because I'm mainly a daytime streamer. And it doesn't look as if very many people are on in the daytime. Or maybe I should go in earlier. So I saw Balmer, Dolan and Cudder were all in at the same time this morning. At like fucking 10 o'clock in the morning or something. So maybe tomorrow. I woke up quite early the day. I was awake for about 7 this morning. I'm never awake at 7 in the morning. And I was sitting in bed thinking, should I just go live? Imagine I just start streaming at 7 in the morning and I do a giant stream that just keeps going through. And then I went, nah, fuck that, man. And then I just rolled over and went back to sleep. Fuck that. Not a chance. But I told you we were playing Rust. We're in about it. You and one other person according to the player count, I see. Should start some game dev. I don't need to start new projects, but I've got a Game Boy game, sort of about 10% complete. And then I've made progress on my Magic Eye game thing in Unity. I've got a really good way of doing it in Unity. But I should, Mootsie, I should. I need to finish one or two things before I do that. I'm looking at finishing the Rust music video. Potentially before... Rust music video, then Bubble Robot. And then after that, I'll maybe do... What was this one again? A game dev. Maybe do a bit of game dev after the Bubble Robot. But B. Dolan and I were talking about releasing the Rust music video, like, kinda soonish. See how it goes. Speaking of games, I was in that Forgotten Worlds in Stewarton last week. Fuck, that place is amazing. Stevja, I'm very tempted to just bring all my games to them. Just be like, could you buy these off me, please? I'd quite like to go, but I know that if I do take them there, I'll end up just spending loads of money in there and getting even more stuff than what I've given them. But that seems like a really cool day out. What, did you get in when you were there? Oh, you forget how long Rust takes to load up. I believe this is on quite a fast SSD as well. Wonder if I should RAID 0 my fast SSDs. Although I don't know what the bottleneck is here. I don't know if it's hard drive speed or what it is. So Panthers are interesting, isn't it? As a concept. Oh, hey everybody, it's 420. It's 420, y'all. So I think Dolan might be in the game. Let's see how it goes. Bottleneck's probably the server. Well, I don't know, because the server's quite empty just now. So who knows? Got boxed Japanese Pokemon Snap for the 64, boxed Japanese Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube, and Banjo-Kazooie. Amazing, Stevia. That's class. I need to go and make the journey to Stewarton. I'll run it past Rachel. But it seems like a cool place. Rachel, now you're off quite soon. We've both got a day and we could spend some time together as a couple. Aye. Well, I was thinking about going somewhere special. She's like, really? Aye. Stewarton? What? Aye. Do you want to go to an industrial estate in Stewarton? That's what I'm going to propose to Rachel. and we can look at like buying Japanese Mega CD games. You into it? Where are you going? Come back. Alright, we'll do one of your things then. Aye, right, where do you want to go then? Something sort of shiny over there, do you see it? I wonder if that's like the eyes of a panther. No, somebody's got a light on. Oh, it's this place. I know this place. The eyes do shine in the dark. That's creepy, isn't it? Oh, amazing! Stevie boy, that's good news. That's class news. A stone in 4 weeks is quite a bit. But that's brilliant, Stevie boy. Right, so obviously I can now find my body. My body's long gone. It'll just be a backpack, if anything, now, won't it? But now that the sun's out... this body's no getting found. However, what has worked out really good is the controls are a lot happier. So that's wonderful. So I think I'm going to cut my losses, and instead of trying to recapture lost gains, I'm going to make some new gains. Hello, Lindsay Jobby, how's it going? That's cool, Stevja. I would like, see, for all my old video game stuff though, I'd quite like just money would be very useful just now. See, a lot of my BBC work and stuff's kind of disappeared, and I lost a lot of, about a month's worth of work doing stuff on Pip's film, so I'd be quite keen to dig into my cache of video game resources and just sell a lot of stuff, man, get some bills paid. But I'll see how it goes, because I've been meaning to do this for years. Although I did sell a wee bit yet a couple of years ago, to be fair. But eBay's really bad for this stuff now. They do pay cash, just less than store credit. Cool. I wonder what the going rate is. Like, obviously it won't be as much as if I was to separate everything out and stick it on eBay. But then that's a lot of labour doing all of that, you know. And eBay prices, like, eBay's going to shaft you. I can't believe I lost all that amazing stuff. Like, it's here somewhere. There's weapons. Like, is it worth looking on the VOD to see exactly where I died? Because there's loads of cool stuff, man. And it's just in a backpack, like, over here somewhere, just in the ground. Here, do you think it would be cheating if I just looked at the VOD to find my backpack? Would anybody tell on me? It's not exactly good etiquette, is it? So it's got to be in that direction somewhere. Nice one, Steph. I messaged him ages ago. Hold on, right, I've only got 19 food points. So the body is this direction. Do you think I can find it before? So there is a flare on the flare over there. I don't remember seeing that, so I think it has to be kinda over here. I don't fucking know, man. Just pressing E at everything. Aye, not a clue. cool. This isn't making good content, so I'll maybe cut my losses, but that was some amount of great stuff that I've just lost, man. Right, let's go and try and get some food. This tree looks important. Do I do anything? Oh my god, look at this. Do you think I can get that high vantage point and then from up here? Be what? Ah well. Northeast, go northeast. I'm going to return. Oh look! Although, I'm going to just immediately die because I've not got any food on us. But look, I survived. Is there anything, any food over here, please? Oh, it just despawned in front of me. Bradley in there. Dead. Right, so let's respawn. So I don't know, do you think that bag's no going to be there? Oh, sorry, my resources aren't going to be there anymore, are they? Because I died, it was like about 5 deaths ago. So here I am on the map. I think it's about here-ish somewhere. So I'm going to climb this tree and then see if I can have a wee gander at the ground to see if I can identify where my body is. Now, if I just... No! I can't do that. Is there any way I could just hang out here? No! Is there like a stable bit at the top? How do you do this? No! Ah, well. I thought I could jump on that vine, grab the vine. I'll need to look at a YouTube tutorial, I don't really have a clue. I died to 6 panthers before I learned to scramble up the trees and nearly pulled my eyebrows off in frustration. It is pretty cool that you can go up the trees though. I'll need to look at a couple of YouTube videos and suss out how to do a lot of the new stuff. Alright, like fuck this body. Let's just go and start a new life somewhere else. Oh man, I'm really mourning all the cool shit that Wellies gave us that I wasn't very careful with. But hey ho, these things happen. Shall we go a wee jaunt on the balloon? That might be cool. I thought I saw a flame up there or something. Could go a wee jaunt in a hot air balloon. Some buzz, isn't it? Right, I'm sure I saw just up here. Looked like a car on fire. Otto. Can you go on here? Can you go on cars? Fucking yes! You can go on cars, Jesus Christ! Fuck me. Oh, lot of shite, man. Can that tiger maul the NPC, I wonder? And that's not... We need cooldown on... a better cooldown on bags as well. Right, let's start again. Is there any way I can see how many folk are on? 2. So I think it's me and Terry Nutkins, but I thought Dolan was going on. But I can't see him. But this is perhaps more a nighttime thing. Haha, can't get me now. I know how to do trees. So can I like just chill on this branch for a bit? Look at that, I can. That's kind of cool. And then so I wonder how I can swing from tree to tree. But I wish I could get up this high when I was looking for my body. Previously. So how do I swing? Oh! Fuck's sake. The walkable edge wasn't very well defined there. Rust has fairly changed, definitely has. I can't believe I'm dying so much on an absolutely empty server. Hey, so now this bag's alive. You'll notice vines hanging down when you can swing, and so do you just jump and then press E when you're at the vine in mid-air? Sort of vibes. Right. The backpack from about 12 deaths ago is definitely gone now. Definitely gone. But just out of sheer, like a drunk person looking for their keys under a lamppost because it's the only place where there's light, I'm going to head up here. This is as high as I can get. Yep. So I did see a vine there, and it looked like an interactable vine, but I'm maybe just not going to try doing that stuff until I've seen how it's done off of somebody else. But I think on the trees you shouldn't fall down. Trees should be like a ladder, where you sort of you stay hanging on. Oh, I'm underwater? I was sleeping underwater. That was weird. Right, let's try fucking something else. But maybe I'll play night times would be best here. Also, this is a PvP wipe, which I'm no one's into. There seems to be there's often room for less banter on a PvP wipe. Is that a big cat? Sorry, I thought I was just walking right up to a big cat. Okie dokie. So is this a monument up here? We'll head up here, see what that is. Right, I just heard a tiger behind me. Or a something behind me. Right, what the hell does this do? Pumpkins, here we go, now we're talking, man. Magic. Oh, that's strange. So I've put the pumpkin on my head, but then visually I can't see the pumpkin helmet, and I think we could previously. So like if you put a... Hello? How you doing, you alright? Alright, you're an NPC. Good to know he's there. Is this for water or something? I think this is for water. Oh man, I'm feeling a bit rough. Right. I'd like to just see any other bit of the map. Well, we just walk to gas station, see what's happening down there. Got hundreds of pumpkins on us, man. I can hear a chopper, so I'll maybe just take all my clothes off. If you look down, you fall off the tree. They're not hugely intuitive. Cool. I'll get the knack of it once I've done it a couple of times. How's it going, Rhinoceros, by the way? Rust. Oh. Bitter rust. I think I'm being stalked by a big cat. Oh, shit. Is that a scientist or... just another person? I think it's maybe a scientist. 'Cause if that was a real person, they would have killed me. What a hostile environment, eh? Back to the muck rolling sausage, how's it going? Oh, did you, Rhinoceros? I'm very sorry, I'll have a wee look. How's it going, Rachel? You doing well? And also, when you in? Well, I don't know if I'll be on this as much. I think nighttime sessions might be kind of cool. There has been a lot going on, mate. Are you in there now? You in the house right now? Somebody running about. Just in the car? Cool. Do you want to go a wee walk when you're in? Maybe even without the doggies, just chilling out. It is a perfect day for a wee walk. And it's late in the day as well, so it means that it's maybe a nice wee time for it, so it's not going to be as roasting as otherwise would be if it was slightly earlier in the day. Right, let's head down here, grab some stuff. But do you know what's really missing here? Banter. So I think we need a big crowd of lads in. 24. The fear of cancellation isn't missing. The fear of cancellation is omnipresent when you're in Rust. And I don't have clothes on, do I? No, I don't, so we're fine. Okay. So I think I've got a rad suit. I do have a rad suit. So we can go over there and see what there is to be got over here. Right, let's just... No, I'm not going to put it on right now because the chopper's right in front of me. Have I got like mad ore or anything? No. Can't really do anything good over there. Do you know, I'll maybe just get like a bag down or something. I'd quite like to explore these tower bits, but I can only do that if I'm wearing a radiation suit, and if I put my radiation suit on when that helicopter's there, it's not going to... How is it you operate this? Oh, this is to extract rocks from the ground, I believe. So this just sort of converts petrol to rocks. Is that right? I wonder where you put the petrol in. Is it this fuel? Wonder what fuel this uses, because it doesn't use low grade and it does use crude oil. Do you get such a thing as high grade fuel? Maybe you do. It's been a wee while. How much fuel have I got? 5. Alright, I was going to go a wee jaunt in the hot air balloon, but best not. Right, that helicopter needs to fuck off, man. Stick them there. That's all really that can be done there. The black barrels got you, got you. I mean, if I went down there, I wonder if that chopper would see me. But it'd be wonderful if it would just disappear. Some game into it, man. It's good to be back. Always very good to be back. Right, I think what we need to do is build ourselves a wee comfortable house. Do you know, is there a tank down there? There is a tank down there. Maybe just no bother. There's a helicopter up here. I'll maybe just build a wee house. I'm feeling a bit sick. Right. Building plan. Yep, I need to end stream quite soon. I'm feeling a bit nauseous and like hot. Can I build directly under? No, I can't. Right, I'm going to build a wee stupid house. Exactly like here. Can you only do a square foundation? No, you could do a triangle foundation. Okie dokie. Oh no, mate, wood. I collected tons of wood, man. Fuck. This is how this game gets you. Alright, well, let's just abandon that. It really went downhill when I lost all that stuff. Aye, right. Do you know what? I'm going to bounce because I feel like I feel my body telling me I'm ill just now. So I'm going to call it there. I'll chuck my rock at the Jobter, and I'm going to probably come on later on. And hopefully there'll be more people on. So if I get this, is there a server we can all join you on? Dwayne Dibley, it's no my server. So it's a server made by somebody called Spiff, and I don't know that crowd too well. So to answer your question, I'm not too sure. Also, I don't know how long the server's going on for. So I wouldn't, because the game's quite dear. Game's about 40 quid. And on Rust, I wouldn't play on vanilla servers. So I'd only ever play on private servers. So vanilla servers are just open to everybody. And because there's voice, there's lots of just bad ideas and people with bad chat in open servers. Aye, right, look, I'm out of wood, so I can't build a wee house for all my stuff. All my stuff's a lot of shite anyway. So I'm going to find a wee spot, maybe on the top of the gas station. In fact, if I get any cloth even. See a sleeping bag on top of the gas station. Although there'll be a generator, sorry, a recycler. Recycler in the gas station. Of course. Aye, just about a bad chat. About people with daft ideas. Oh, I think. Sorry, I thought for a second there we had more rubber banding issues. I think we do, actually. There's a disparity between when I press keys and when the stuff happens. I can't believe I lost all that cool stuff at the start. What a tube. Oh, what? Somebody left all the dregs? Oh, scumbags, man. Somebody's not emptied these. Or maybe they have, because nobody would leave high quality metal. Maybe they're just not spawning a lot. Is that a decorative workbench or a real workbench? No, it's a decorative workbench. What's going on, man? Game's not happy again. It's getting a wee bit unplayably sort of jumpy. Come on! Sorry, you can't really see what I'm complaining about here, but I'm definitely unable to just sort of move about. Look at that. You see it kind of getting a wee bit glitchy. Anyway, so in lieu of building a base, what I'm going to do is, my god, it's hard to walk about, is head up here if I can. I'm not even pressing direction buttons here. Right, jump up here if I can. Jump up here if I... There we go, it's relatively easy. And so now what I'd like to do... Come on. There we go. Is... So I basically, right now the... I think the server's lagging a wee bit, and so if I move about, it's like it's taking a wee while before my inputs are registered, but now it seems to be fine. There's something called like a stash. That's it, isn't it? Small stash. Maybe I'll craft a couple of these. And then I'll find like a wee spot over here to maybe just sleep in. Wonder if I could hide that. Oh, can I not put a bag on top of the gas station? Of course I can't. Of course I can't. Okay, what if I take the wee stash boxes? Can I not put a stash somewhere in gas? Oh, that's bullshit, man. It's got to like hide it under here. Oh, plan's foiled. Plan's foiled. Right, we'll do all that shit over here then. Come on, Jesus Christ, man. It's heavy rubber banding issues. You can't sleep on here? Cool, man, cool. Outside the red area that comes up. Got you. It's been a wee while. Have you noticed any rubber banding, Taff? Because I'm getting... It's kind of calmed down now. But I'm getting some mad... like here. Press a button, it's like 3 seconds later. It jumps. Just jump on to check. Oh, don't just jump on to check for rubber banding. Oh, that's it. But I don't think there's too many people on the server, so I don't know if it's a capacity thing or the server thing, so it's maybe just on my end. But it's getting a wee bit unplayable. So it's like, right, if I'm walking, it takes 1, 2... Right, okay, that stopped instantly. 1, 2... Right, at least a second after I let go of the keyboard before it... So if I got into any combat or anything like that, I'd be absolutely fucked. Although, that's just my excuse, isn't it? Even without this, if I got into any combat or whatever, I would be fucked. Can I not just put this stash box, like... So does the stash box need to be on the ground then, I take it? Right, what do I actually care about here? I care about really cloth, metal frags, stone, that and that. That's it. I'll just hide that. And then maybe start with a wee bag. Oh, my scrap, obviously. And then... So this. And then here. I won't find these. Guarantee it. Cool, right, that'll do me. So I'll hide that. And then, just so that I know what's going on, I will put a sleeping bag right here. And the stashes are here and over here somewhere. I will definitely remember that. Alright, look at this. The rubber banding's a wee bit excessive. It's not working great. Put a pin on a map just in case. You've played this game before, you definitely have. Well, I mean, my bag's on it, but somebody could just knife the bag, couldn't they? And I'm next to harbour as well. This is maybe a good wee spot. Quite like this wee spot. Okie dokie, everybody. What we're going to simply do is end the stream there, because I want to go and say hello to Rachel and go a wee walk. I will probably be on tonight playing Rust. I don't think I'll play it anymore during the day, just because there seems to not be that many people on during the day, unless I come up with an idea for like something cool to do. You know what I mean? That I can just go on with on my own. So like the orchestra idea or something like that. I can hear somebody in the background, but it's time to raid, so I'm off. Listen, everybody, keep it real, take it easy. My name's James Houston, and Houston's boosting. However, before I do, it's time for the magic trick. Here is the magic trick. I don't think that was very good. It's sort of like I fudged it a wee bit. Was that alright? I looked at it, it was alright. My hands are very sweaty, I tell you that. See you later. Hello and goodbye, Anna Realtor. Still got it. I think I've still got it, but it can be improved. I'm going to read B. Dolan, who might or might not jump into Rust. I'll see you very soon. Catch you after, everybody. All the very best. Oh, and Taffman, give us a shout. I want you to teach you this magic trick. Like, the now, if you're up for it. Goodbye.